Hey y'all, welcome to the live. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How are y'all? Okay, so we're going to be talking about have a plan in your relationships because some of y'all just go in there with no plans. And when you go and doing things with no plans, it could happen, anything can happen. It could go in any direction. So that's why you need to have a plan. Okay? Your plan, ladies. Your plan. What is your plan? All right? So if you don't have a plan when you're dating or going into any type of relationship, you need to have one in the beginning. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're gonna mess up. And also, your emotions gonna be all over the place and you're not gonna have a focus. All right? This is where most people mess up. When you get into any type of relationship, you're supposed to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, guess what? You'll fall for anything, you'll listen to anything, you'll settle for anything. But that's why you need a plan. Your plan should be written out on paper, in your phone somewhere, in your journal, whatever, and you need to follow through. Okay? If it doesn't go into your plan, you don't entertain it. All right? That way, no dusty can alter your plans. Before you even get into a relationship, you need to have a plan. The type of relationship you want to get into and what you want to do when you get into it and where you're going while you're in it. And what are you accomplishing in the relationship? How are you benefiting from the relationship? How is it making your life better? Okay? If you don't understand this is why all y'all relationships be failing because you don't have a plan when you go in. All right? You're not supposed to control the other person. You're supposed to benefit from the other person. Your goals and plans need to keep being fulfilled along the way. And remember, men are providers. So if you're going to be in a relationship with a man, they do need to be providing something. All right? We're not making plans to do stupid stuff. We're making plans to benefit our lives and our future generations. Okay? We're not planning on doing stupid stuff now, are we? We're not planning on dating broke. We're not planning on dating dusty. We're not planning on dating guys that don't like us more because we got a plan and we see what we want and we're going to execute it. All right? Some of y'all always ask me, well, did you already have this mindset? I've had this mindset since I was 17 because I planned it in my head. And I'll tell this story several times. Every time I used to pump gas in my car, I would imagine myself pumping gas in a luxury vehicle. And I said to myself, every time I pumped gas, in 5 years from now, and then, the numbers kept getting shorter. In 2 years from now, and 1 year from now, I'm going to be driving a luxury vehicle. And lo and behold, I did it because I stayed on my path. I made a plan and I didn't let no dusty take me off that path. Because I know I wouldn't be driving the type of vehicle I wanted to drive at 20 something if I had gone astray with some dust. Okay. It wasn't going to get me there. Do you understand? So when you mentally program yourself and you make a plan and you stay on that path and you don't let no pygmishas or no dusties take you off your path, you're going to reach it faster. Okay. And some of y'all be looking for love when you need to be looking for direction, benefits, how you're going to reach your goals. Okay. Because you might have all these wonderful goals. And as soon as you get with a dusty or a loser, all your goals go out the window. You become male centered. And then you start rolling around with dust and your life goes in the garbage can. So that's why you need a plan. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle to you too. Okay. Stop trying to look for love and create a plan to get your life together. All right. Because nobody is going to look at your life and say, oh, well, her life is just full of dusty love. They're going to feel sorry for you. Okay. But when they look at your life, it's like, oh, she's got everything together. She lives in a nice house. She drives a nice car. She's happy. She's good. She don't have to do this and she don't have to do that. She got the soft life or whatever. That's what you want. And that's the only way you're going to get it if you plan it. Do you understand? Nobody else is going to do that for you. You got to make sure you don't settle, bypass anything that's not getting you to that place. Okay? We don't care anymore. They're just distractions at this point. If you're not going to end up where you want to be in 5, 10, 20 years from now, stay off of the dusty path. Okay? If you get on the dusty path, you chose the dusty path. Don't come in here asking me how to fix your dusty path problems. Do you understand? If you chose the dusty path, you can get off the dusty path if you start making plans and stop being with the dust. Okay, dusties can also change. Dusty is not a permanent position, but if you enable the dust, they think it is. A shout out to PJ's Coffee of New Orleans. Why did I say that in a New York accent? I don't know. Anyway, today's video is not sponsored, but I just want to share with y'all what I be drinking. PJ's Southern Wedding Cake. I went to the coffee shop and I bought this because this is what I order every day with my iced coffee. Or most days I order this flavor. And I went ahead and bought me a little mug because I have a mug addiction and I be buying mugs for no reason. And so this one caught my eye and I wanted it. What can I say? So anyway, shout out to PJ's Coffee of New Orleans. You're African, you came to US. If I marry rich, no career yet, but can I help my parents who paid my tuition, etc. in the future? How does that work in marriage? Okay. In American culture, it's very different than it is in African culture. In American culture, people are for themselves. Okay. The kids really don't owe the parents anything. In your culture, I think people make it known that you got to give back, right? Wonderful. What I would do if I was in your situation is when you meet a rich husband, just start a savings account with his money, and you can give some of that money ever so often to your family. Okay? As much as you choose. It's up to you. But you should not ever feel obligated. You should do it out of the kindness of your heart. You understand? All right. When you can do it. Because also remember, that's not your money if he's giving it to you, unless you put it in your savings account and it's like something you can do whatever you want with. That's fine. You know, do what you want with it. But at the same time, you also starting a business with it. So if I were you, I'd take the money that he's giving you, start a business, and then you can take a little bit of the profit from your business and donate it to them or give it to them. Meanwhile, he's still going to give you money. You can start your little online business or whatever and make money. And whatever you got that you want to give it. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Someone says they don't need to know. Yeah. That's if you want to. You know, it's up to you. Thank you for the sprinkle, by the way. So if you have a plan, when you have a plan in your relationships, things are going to go smoother and you're going to be less emotionally reactive and less emotionally triggered because your mind is on the end game. Your mind is on the plan, not how some dude makes you feel, not whether you're right or wrong, but on the plan. Okay. So, and when I say plan, I don't mean a marriage date. Okay. Because some of y'all out here begging for marriage from dust. I mean a financial plan. I mean a plan to get what you want out of your life. And he is just the added bonus and the provider of it. Okay. The plan that I made when I was young was to find a man that had some money, that could pay my bills, pay my car note off, pay all my credit card bills off, give me some money, and just I can be free. I mean, that was my plan as a 22-year-old. I mean, I had already graduated from mortuary college. I was already working, blah, 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 blah. I wanted to be free. I was in some of y'all's shoes right now where y'all are working 9 to 5 and still ain't able to do too much. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go on vacations. I wanted to not have to go clock in. I didn't want no more boss. And if I was going to get sexually harassed every day, it might as well be from the person I'm with instead of some dude, that signs my paycheck. Okay. So I made a plan. When I quit my job as a mortician, I was like, I'm just going to go find me somebody to pay my bills. I'm going to go find me a sugar daddy because I am done with this work. I'm tired. I don't want no more boss. I'm done. And 2 weeks later, I found him. Okay. 2 weeks later, 2 weeks, found my full-time provider for over 20 years. All right. Done. So I had a plan. I spoke my plan out loud. I went out every day, every night until I found what I needed. Understand? I made it a numbers game. I went to the sides of town where I needed to be. I was there when I needed to be there, and I was very consistent, and I had a plan. I do not play. I didn't put it on the back burner. I didn't do it part-time. I didn't do it when I could. I did it because I had a plan. Just like y'all be putting out job applications and going on interview after interview, you can use the same exact plan and method to find you a sugar daddy, to find you a provider, to find you somebody to take you out of the rat race. Okay. You have to be about it. You gotta be about it. You can't be doing it in your spare time when you got an hour here and sporadically one time a month. You need to go every day. It is a numbers game. Think about this. You could go hang out on the rich side of town, a little restaurant bar. All right, nothing happens. The next day you decide to stay home and watch TV. That could have been the night that you could have met him. He could have just walked in and you ain't there. That's why you got to go. Get up and go. How to use feminine charm in business. Already have a provider man, but I'm wondering how to benefit from it. Flirty, wear some perfume, and make some eye contact, but keep it professional. Okay. When people do business with women, you got to give them the feminine energy. Okay. Smile, make some eye contact, smell good, look good. Don't try to be a man, be all the woman you can be. All right, sprinkle. Appearance is everything. Okay. People love doing business with attractive people. They succeed faster and they succeed bigger. So look good, baby. Thank you, Tyler. Sprinkle. All right. So you got to go every day. Make it a priority. Because when you're planning to do something, you got to put in the work too with it. Because how are you going to meet somebody if you're not where the people are? And I don't believe in meeting people online because they're meeting 5 different people at the same time. You think you're going to stick out? You think you're going to be remembered? You think you're special? You're just the one that was available. Okay. So you got to go out every night if you're about trying to find and plan what you want. And when you finally meet that person, you don't have to do that no more. Y'all can start spending time together. Y'all can start going out. Y'all can start dating. Da, 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 da. But once you get them, you got them. And the plan, then you make a new plan. Okay. After you get your man, your provider, then you make a new plan. What do I want to do with myself? Do I want to start a business? Do I want to go back to school? Because he's going to pay for it. Now you start making plans for his money. Do you understand? Don't get comfortable though. You got to keep your plans in place. Keep your plans going no matter what. You need to find a provider to replace your income before quitting my job. What manifestation technique? Get out and go every day and say out loud what you're trying to do, what you gonna do. Forget this. I'm going to find me a sugar daddy. That's what you need to say, and then get up and go do it. That's what I did. I'm getting ready to go find. That's what I told my 22-year-old self. I'm getting ready to get up and find me a man to pay for all my stuff because I am tired of working. And you got to mean it when you say it. Okay. I'm telling y'all, when you sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you tired of clocking in and working, when you speak those words and that energy, go out into the universe or whatever, and you really mean it, and you put action towards it by going out every day, by going to places you need to go, by getting on the rich side of town, it's going to come to you because you said what you said and you meant what you said, So get up and go. That's all I did. That's all I did. All right. That's all I did. And here come my provider in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It didn't even take a month. It took 2 weeks. And there was a Dusty in the path. Yes. There was a Dusty in my path because they were trying to date me. And I was like, I can't date you unless you pay all bills. And he told me, you will never find that. And I said, yes, I will. Just because you can't do it, don't mean somebody else can't. And he said, good luck to you. And I said, thank you, sir. And right after that is when I met the guy that I married and been provided for ever since. So, telling you, don't let no Dusty get in your path. Dismiss them quickly and continue on your way. Okay? Because I'm telling y'all, if you let a Dusty deter you, if you let a Dusty tell you what you can and can't do, like they are the authority of what you can and can't do, that's what is blocking y'all from getting this money, because y'all be listening to dust. Nobody listens to dust. All right? Nobody listens to dust. Why should you? Now, have a plan. When you get your provider, have a plan. All right? What do you want to do? How do you want to spend your days? How do you want to look? All right? Start executing that. Do you want to learn a new skill? Have him pay for it. Do you want a new hobby? Have him pay for it. Do you want to go back to school? Have him pay for it. Do you want to start a business? Have him give you the money to start it. After that, after you got your little business, after you got your little education, after you done got your little hobby, make a plan after that. This plan usually includes long-term goals. If y'all plan to get married, what type of house and neighborhood do you want to live in? What school district? Do you want public school or private school? All right. What kind of car do you want to upgrade to when you do move to these places? That needs to be your next plan. All right. So after that, you start looking at houses. Don't let some petty crap get in the way of your plan for your life. This is just the provider of the energy or the assets that you need to continue your planning. Save your money though. Save your little money. What if he wants you to homeschool? It doesn't matter what he wants. It matters what you're going to do. Okay? Because your plans may not include homeschooling. Your plans may include something else that needs your daytime free. Okay? So, it doesn't matter what he wants unless he wants to do the homeschooling. You understand? So, you can tell him yes. You can tell him what he needs to hear, then you can change your mind later. Okay? Wonderful. So, all right, tell him, oh, yeah, sure, for sure. Then when it comes to the time, oh, you know what? I just can't do that. I don't have the patience. Can't do it. Don't want to do that to the child. Just send them on to school, baby. All right, so just lie to them, tell them what they need to hear, and then change your mind later, okay? And because your plan does not include that, right? All right. And then when you have everything you want and your plans have been executed, everything you want is in place. Now what? People ask me. Now what? Now do whatever you want. Now do whatever you want. You're funded. All your checklists are checked off, and you can do whatever you want at that point. Okay? But you need to have a plan in the first place. You can't just be aimlessly wandering on any Dusty's path. You said, how do you sneak out of the house to date? Date during the daytime. Lunch, breakfast, gym, country club. Go out during the day. That's when all the old rich people are out anyway. All right, all right. Get up early, get out during the day, and be home by dinner time and order your DoorDash. I don't know. Do what you got to do. Uh-oh, thank you, Miranda. Can Sprinkle Girl be friends with women who are opposite, struggling? Girl, I'm not being friends with nothing that's not beneficial to me. Okay? They say you become the 5 people you hang around. You want to become a pygmisha? Then stop hanging around pygmishas. Send them a card on Christmas, birthday, New Year's, whatever. But you cannot hang around broke pygmisha energy. They're going to bring you down because they don't like what you're doing because it makes them look bad. Okay? Sorry, that's just how it is. You could be nice to them. You can send them a little card every now and then, a little online reel, but you don't hang out with them and you don't tell them nothing. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, can this work if you're 46? Ma'am, I'm about to be 47. And I still begin approached and by millionaires. So if it works for you, because it works for me, you got to look good though. You got to get out there though. Okay. You got to look good. You got to take care of yourself. And you got to put yourself as a priority. You got to have main character energy and you got to get out there and you got to date older because, you know, you need to date people with the funds. And most of the people with the funds are a little bit older. And you might find somebody close to your same age or younger, but they're not going to be about you because they're probably going to be looking for someone they can procreate with, you know, especially if you're trying to date younger men that don't have kids or whatever. So y'all need to understand that as well. If you are older, and you don't want no more kids, you need to date men that already have kids that are also older or their kids are grown. Do you understand? Don't be trying to date somebody young and then when it's time to have kids and your eggs are, you know, powdered eggs and you can't reproduce. So aim older. They already done had their kids is grown. You know what I'm saying? They got that AARP working for them. So you need to date older. Old enough to where their kids is grown and they probably got some grandkids. All right. No baby mama drama. You don't have to deal with no in-laws because them in-laws are probably in the ground. All right. So date older when you're older. Less problems, less issues. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Stop asking me what's older and what's older. Old enough to pay your bills. Old enough to give you what you want in life. Okay. Old enough and financially secure to do the things that you need them to do. That's all. Y'all understand the target. The target likes you 10 times more. Go find that. Okay. You know what that is. Probably 20 years to 15 years older than you. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't be trying to compromise with somebody close to your same age. It's not going to work. You know it. You need to be realistic about who you are and what you want and what your plans are. Do your plans include being some little kid's stepmom? Do your plans include dealing with baby mama drama, or do they include travel, bill pay, You need to be realistic about what your plans are. That's why y'all need to write them down so y'all don't be sitting here guessing and asking questions about what you should want. You should already know what you want because you should have a plan. All right? Write it down. You write down your plan, you know exactly who to talk to, who to deal with, who to avoid. Okay? That's it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having a plan. And don't you come up in here and talking about, but I'm in love with a Dusty. Well, is that part of your plan to be in love with a Dusty? That's a bad plan. Okay? That's a bad plan. Okay? Next, make a better plan. So if your plan is written down, you should have no problem getting to it because you have a set of instructions and directions. You got it? And you got my books to guide you. You got my videos to guide you. You got your own mind, and hopefully you got some common sense to guide you. All right. What to do at 18? Have fun. I'm currently saving. Have fun, but don't get pregnant by no dust. Don't date anybody that needs your money. At 18, yeah. Stop. Get 3 forms of birth control. Don't roll around with nothing broke. Then never reach in your purse on a date. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle, and protect yourself. All right. He's 29. I'm 29. He spent 700 and 100 on flowers. Valentine's Day. We haven't met yet. He's on holiday, but he's obsessed. How do I play the long game? Okay, y'all are too close to the same age. I would get as much as I can off of him gift wise and money wise, because it's not going to last very long if y'all are the same age. Okay. You know why? Let me tell you why. You're at the age where you want to get married, settle down, and have kids, right? He's not. So y'all are going to run into a problem because plans aren't going to align. He's too young. So get as much as you can off of him and continue to date other people. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Wonderful. Don't talk about marriage. Don't talk about none of that crap. Get his money, get his gifts, let him pay for some bills. You continue to date other people. You're probably going to find someone a little bit older, more marriage minded in the future. Or you're going to have to sit there and wait for years and maybe even a decade for this one to get ready to want to get married. And then your eggs going to be powdered eggs. You understand? If you choose to have kids. How do you feel about living together before marriage? I have no interest and feel like I may lose leverage. Okay, as long as you pay 0 bills in that house, have a stacked savings account that he put money in every single month. You ain't got to be the maid in the place. You ain't got to cook and clean if you don't want to. That's how you don't lose leverage, and you stay the main character and you stay the prize. Okay, that's how. Make sure your money continues coming in from him. Make sure you have something on the side earning yourself money. It could be an online business. You could keep your little job or whatever. Whatever it is that you need to do to stay in control of your life without having to 100% depend on him, do that. But also make sure he's giving you some money too. All right. And then if you want to leave whenever you want, you can go. You don't have to sit there and say, but I can't go. I don't have any money. You always need to have money before you even move in. And you don't spend it and you don't give it to anyone. You keep that to where when you want to go, you can go in style. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And they need to be the one to give it to you. You said placeholder provider is not a bad deal. Exactly. Some of y'all need to start using these categories because men use them all the time. Placeholder provider is a good category because these are for men who aren't trying to get married, but can pay them bills and can give you some money. Okay. If you don't go into the situation looking for marriage, you're not going to be disappointed when it doesn't arrive. Do you understand? But you will be counting your money and you will continue to have plans in the future if you do want marriage, because you're going to keep your options open and you're going to keep a roster. Do you understand? And they don't have to know about your roster. Do you understand? Why? Because that's your business and your plan. If you're a placeholder, it's none of their business who you trying to date to marry in the future. Okay? Because if they ain't it, they can't even be mad. All right? So y'all need to keep your plans. You're not making plans together. You're going to make your plans. And if you want to be a part of them, wonderful, great. He can fund them. And when he's done being a part of them, dismiss on to the next. You got it? Your plan needs to stay the same, no matter who is paying for it. Do you understand what I'm telling y'all? Because when I was young, I'll tell y'all, I was about my money before I was about any type of man. I was about my money in junior high school. I was about my money in high school. I was about my money in elementary school. Okay. My plan was always to get money. Always. I wasn't worried about no man. Now, if a man comes along and he wants to be in my life, I got to get money from him too. Do you understand? Because I was always about my money. My plans were to be exactly where I wanted to be financially. And if anybody was going to be with me, they're going to have to be contributing to it. Do you understand? So that was my mindset. That was my idea. That was how I made my plans. Either you on board or you in the way. Either you're funding me or you're in my way. Do you understand? That was my plan. That's how I think. You're in my way if you ain't contributing. I just saw a reel on Instagram that said that even though Rihanna, a billionaire, her man's A$AP Rocky still pays the utility bills and the bills and all the finance bills in the house, whatever. He's still the provider. Even though she can pay for that a million times over, he still have to pay, or he actually chooses to. He doesn't have to, but that's what he want to do because he wants to be the provider of the household, as he should. So good for him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said 2 larger lamps and art. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Queen Bee. Okay, you just reminded me of my wish list for my birthday. I have lamps on my birthday wish list on Amazon. And wall, I'm gonna add wall art with it now. But I'm gonna put my wish list on my post page after this video. Y'all can go ahead and send it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You manifested an upgraded relationship and then your boyfriend dumped you. He was removed. But that was 9 months ago. Why is the void so long? Because you got to get out there every day. Every day. Y'all know how y'all want y'all's dusty, broke, bum boyfriends to get out there every day and look for a job and go on several interviews until they find one? It's the same thing y'all need to do with finding a provider. Do you understand? It's a numbers game, and those who are consistent are the ones that are going to the ones that are going to succeed. All right. The same effort and energy you want your dusty into getting more money, you need to do that to find some provider dude. Okay. You got to get up, get out, and get something. Okay. Get up and act like that you want it. Get up and act like you want it. Every day until you got it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. It took me 2 weeks. If you look better than me, it might take you less time than that. So come on. A lot of people miss money not suing their jobs. So, okay, man, whatever you got to do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sir, J. New Orleans, whatever you got to do. Sprinkle, sprinkle, right? You said teach them young. Yes, teach them young, Chrissy. So, sorry, I just assume sorry, J. New Orleans. Are you in New Orleans? I'm drinking PJ's coffee of New Orleans. Sprinkle, sprinkle. 7 wedding flavor, to be exact. Now, how are you? Someone said she's a man. Who's a man? Oh, J. New Orleans. Yeah, I need to start looking at the profile pics. I'm sorry. Y'all know me. My bad. I found a man who really is ready to provide more, and I want to marry him. How to get rid of older provider because he ain't leaving. Dang. Okay. Ask for something you know he's going to say no to, and give him an ultimatum, and he'll leave. All right. So, old provider, do you think he wants to get married? If not, put your foot down and tell him either you marry me at the courthouse next week or we're done. And he'll leave if he ain't trying to get married, okay? Then the other one can just smoothly transition and you can get married to the next. Just like these dudes be doing. As soon as you get out of the long-term relationship, they married 2 months later. All right, so give him the ultimatum. He'll leave and the other one can take over. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You gotta tell him something, give him an ultimatum for something you know he's not gonna do. Okay, and if he attempts to do that, then I'll add something to it. Like I want a 5 carat ring, or else. Just keep adding to it, okay? Until he says no and leaves you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make sure you got the other one on lock though on direct deposit already. You got it? All right. But make your plan, write it out, then execute it. Okay. Make your plan on getting that dude out and getting the other one in with money. Mm-hmm. How do you navigate getting more money once you're married? By getting credit cards that come out of his account that's on automatic pay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Buying gift cards at the grocery store with his card. By increasing it your own way. Oh, okay, thank you, Monique. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate you. So, being creative on how to increase it. That's right, ma'am. Okay, so have your plan ready. Don't be aimlessly walking around just saying what's what. I have a plan. That way, when you go out, you know exactly who to talk to and who to not talk to. You know exactly who to make eye contact, flirt with, and who not to, and who to avoid. You're not just going to be like overwhelmed with all this attention and you're not focusing it in the correct direction. Okay. You got to know what you want, and that's what you need to focus on. So when y'all's plans together, y'all going to see your life come together. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're 22 years old, no man experience or relationship. You want a wealthy man. I just want money on level up. Anything. You got to get out there into the rich side of town and you got to act like you want a relationship with a wealthy man. Okay. You get out there every day, the rich side of town until you find one. Okay. That's all you do. You got to make a plan to get up, get dressed, look cute every day, not just once a week. Okay. Some of y'all are going to make excuses. Oh, I can't do that. My schedule. Okay. Well, what do you want? You want to work forever? You got to make a choice. Take a sick day. I don't care. Take a vacation and do this. Some of y'all got 2 weeks of vacation coming up. Instead of going out on a carnival cruise and twerking and smelling weed smoke up in the cabin, go to the rich side of town and have a staycation and go out every day for your 2 weeks of vacation instead of taking some ratchet cruise. Okay. That's what y'all need to do. Okay, provider boyfriend started talking about marriage. I told him he should provide a house with my name in the deed. He said he is not sure about that. He has the money to buy a house, but not rich. Get the house after you're married. Then, depending on what state or country you live in, you have rights to the house. And your name will be on the deed. Because when you sign papers, you'll be like, who is you married? Then put their name down. Get the house after the marriage. So rent a house, rent your nice house. Let me tell you how to do it. This is the plan. If you rent a house, a nice house, get him used to the house, the type of style of the house you want. Then he's going to be like, okay, y'all get married. Now he's going to be like, I'm throwing money in the garbage can every month because it's not going towards ownership. Then y'all can start looking at houses to buy. He's already used to the type of house you want. He's throwing money in the garbage. Y'all are already married. He's going to say, okay, let's buy the house. And by law, I don't know where you live, but here where I live, by law, you purchase a house when you're married, the spouse got to be on it. Okay? So that's what you got to go do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do men ever become marriage minded? Yes, their hairlines start receding and their stuff stop working. And when they can't get women for free no more. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. That's when, baby. Got to get them when they got that midlife crisis. That's when. That's when they're prime and prepped for marriage. By choice, not by pressure. They stuff ain't working as good and that hairline getting pushed back further. That's when they ready, baby. They start getting that little pregnant belly. They got to wear the man girdles. That's when it's time, baby. I would say 45 to 55 is when the prime age. All right. Yeah. Before that, they feel unprepared and unable to marry and satisfy the wife because they can't financially, do what they want to do. So by the time they get to a certain age, they got the money, they got the career, they got the savings, they got the credit. They can't just pull any type of woman anymore because their hairline and their belly. So they're more likely to want to settle down and get married and give you their money. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. How do you freestyle when you have no money to go out? It's free to drink water. It's free, or it only costs $1 or $2 to have an iced tea. You understand? It's free to window shop. It's free to walk around. It's free to dilly dally. And sometimes you don't have to pay for nothing because somebody will come and pay for it. You're sitting at a nice restaurant bar, you're having an iced tea or water. Somebody that likes what you look like or wants a conversation will ask what you're drinking. And then they'll say, put it on my tab if you look good. Okay. 99% of the time I go out, somebody pays my tab and they don't even know who I am. It's just some random, So you just got to get out there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're not getting people to pay your tab, just only buy what you can afford. An iced tea. That's it. Free refills, baby. If you see SHERA out, you paying? Okay, J New Orleans. All right. You live in New Orleans? I might be coming to New Orleans sometime next year. All right, all right. I love New Orleans. I only live like a little drive away. What if Dusty? What Dusty? What Dusty? Current state. How to not enable potential Dusty energy from festering. Don't deal with nobody that can't benefit you financially. That's how. If they're not benefiting you financially, you do not deal with them, period. Okay. A lot of Dusties depend on women that they don't even want, who are not their dream woman, to be desperate enough to want to house a Dusty, entertain a Dusty, and claim a Dusty. Do you understand? If they're not there to make your life easier, better, and financially secure, they do not belong in there. You got it? They don't belong there. So you got to keep them out. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go on dates. It doesn't mean you can't have fun with guys. It just means you cannot enable them to stay dusty. When they come around you, they got to be on their best behavior. They got to be paying. They got to reach in that wallet. They got to treat you like the main character that you are. Otherwise, they can be dismissed. Okay. So you got to treat yourself how you want others to treat you. And you won't enable no dust if you're not dealing with no dust. And if you are dealing with dust, then you have some boundaries that they cannot cross. They cannot move in. You are not paying for nothing. They cannot borrow no money. Y'all can't just be friends and hang out because that's some dusty energy on you. You can be a dusty friend online, sending them job applications. That's about it. Okay. You can't do anything for them because that's how you enable them. Okay. Wonderful. You said no friends? You mean guys that want to be in your presence and socially um, gain off of your looks that aren't paying for anything? Y'all can be friends online. You understand? Because some of these guys, they be trying to be your friend in real life, and nobody knows that on the outside when they see y'all out together. They think y'all are on a date and you reach into your wallet to pay because your friend there. They don't know that's your friend. They think you're a piece of paying for some dust, and you're still enabling them to be dusty because they still getting the best of both worlds. They're still getting to be seen out with you in public, and they still getting to not pay for you. All right. So only friends online. Don't give them the pleasure of being seen with you in public, period. Okay. What if you're out with your guy friend? Exactly. And the man that wants to provide for you doesn't talk to you because you're sitting there with broke Dusty. Exactly. No, I wouldn't even have online Dusty friends unless it's on a hidden profile or, whatever. Okay. And like I said, Dusty is not a permanent position. At any given time, that man can become undusty if he chooses to. But if you continue to enable him to be dusty, he don't see nothing wrong with being dusty. If he can have everything he wants as a dusty. Do you understand? Because men think like that. Well, if I already have everything I want, what do I need to do better for? You see? So, no. Think about this. It's the equivalent of, let's say you have a billionaire husband or a millionaire husband, right? And you're saying, okay, well, I'm set for life. I don't got to do nothing. I already have everything I want. I'm just going to not do anything. I'm just going to let myself go. Don't let yourself go. I'm just going to not do this anymore. I'm just not going to not do that anymore. They get complacent and they stop putting in effort. You see? They don't see a reason to do anything because they already got what they want. So that's called being an enabler. You just saw my video on manifestation and it truly changed my view on what I've been doing. Thank you. Okay. Foreman, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. So, have a plan too. When y'all be manifesting, that's a plan because you're speaking what you want into existence. So speak the type of relationship dynamic you want into existence. Okay. Now, some of y'all need to realize that you can't control another person and their free will, but what you can do is control your plan and stick to it. That's why I tell y'all when they mess up, that's part of the plan. If they mess up, what you gonna get money? When they mess up, what you gonna do? Get more money? That's part of the plan. Part of the plan is not to emotionally overreact and take everything personally and mess up all the years of planning and benefiting that you've already done. Your plan is to keep collecting money and making your life better because they can leave or stay. That you can take them or leave them because your plan is in place and you're thriving off of them. All right. So you can replace them, baby. Do you understand? If you want to. But why replace something that's working financially for you? You can cut them off in the bedroom. You can ask for more. If they want to stay, they're going to pay. Period. Make sure your plan is number one priority. Okay. Because if they can sit over there and plan to do you wrong, you can sit over there and plan and take their money for doing you wrong. Do you understand? Keep the plan. Make yourself the priority of the plan. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you become a debt collector instead of reacting emotionally. Got it. That's right. That's right. You start keeping tabs. Okay, well, time to upgrade the vehicle. Time to look at some new property. Every time they mess up, is your cover up, baby. Understand that. That is alchemy. That is transmutation. If y'all don't know what that is, it means you turn something negative into something profitable. Some people's lives will go off the rails and everything will shatter, but yours will get better financially because you're not stupid and you made a plan and you stuck to your plan. No matter what they did, you made a plan to profit off of it. Do you understand? That's what you got to do. No matter what they do, your plan was always and forever to profit off of it. You understand what I'm telling y'all? Your plan, not they plan, not y'all's plan, but yours. Because all you got is you. Okay? So do what you got to do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So let them cheat, ma'am. You can't stop them from cheating, baby. But you can get their money if they want to be back in and they don't want to lose you. You can get their money. If they ain't giving no money after they cheat, yes, leave. Don't roll around on the mattress with them anymore. Take them to the vet, get their shots. Tell them to go cheat some more if you don't have nothing to do with them physically anymore. But keep collecting their money and get something out of it. That's what I'm telling you. Now, some of y'all think y'all own people. Some of y'all think y'all can control men. Wonderful, but they still gonna do what they want. Are you gonna benefit, profit off of it or not? Because you're gonna go to the next man and he's gonna do the same thing, execute his free will if he chooses to, and you're gonna keep starting over and collecting zero. You're gonna go from pillar to pole collecting zero. How does that sound? Sounds stupid, right? Some of y'all have moved 10 times because y'all done dated 10 cheaters. Some of y'all have been in 5 relationships this year and all of them cheated on you and you got nothing out of it. Why? Because you're not planning correctly. Not planning to get nothing out of it. That's why you ain't getting nothing out of it, because you ain't planning to get nothing out of it. Okay? Plan to get something out of it every time they mess up, because you know they are, and to get something out of it. That's how you stay focused. How many of y'all have dated 4 or 5 guys and they all cheated on you and you just kept going from guy to guy, realizing they're going to do what they want? And how much money did you get off of it? Or how much money did you lose off moving? Y'all better figure it out. Make a plan, a financial plan, and get their money. All right. See, now y'all know better. Y'all know what to do now. There's no sense of losing money because a man going to do what he going to do, but you can gain money if a man do what he going to do. You could almost bet on it, you know? If you were a gambler and you had to make a bet, would you bet on your man being faithful or would you bet on him messing up at some point? Where the money, baby? Thank you, faithful giver. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you. You know I'm betting on. I'm going to bet on the one that's I'm going to get the paid. Okay? I'm betting on to get paid. I'm not betting to lose. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you need to understand what I'm telling y'all. Y'all better bet to win. Y'all better plan to win instead of planning to lose. You said, get the money. Gotcha. Always get the money, baby. Always. Okay. Always get the money. Period. When dating feels hard and all you see is dust and lust. Just trust, sprinkle, sprinkle, outshines any dusties. Okay, that's a nice poem, Jay New Orleans. Yes, you need to write that in a book. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Anyway, yes, you got to make whatever they do work in your favor, no matter what they do. They have all these people saying it's embarrassing to post your man on social media now because they're going to embarrass you at some point. They're getting it. It's embarrassing now to post your man on social media because you know at some point he's going to embarrass you. So they stop posting them. That's the same thing I'm saying. At some point, they're going to mess up and you need to be able to collect some money on their, the fact that they're going to mess up. Now I need to start redirecting how you're going to get this money. You already know how to get it. It's sitting there. It's waiting on you. Either you can overly emotionally react or you can collect. It's your choice. Just like it's their choice to be faithful or cheat. It's your choice to emotionally react, or to get paid. If they like you enough, you're going to get paid. If they don't like you, next. Okay? Now y'all can ask me a million times, does every man cheat? At some point, maybe. Would you bet your life they wouldn't if they were given the opportunity and they don't think you'd find out? I don't know if I'd bet my life on that. There's no guarantee that they won't. Okay, there you go. Thank you for the super sticker. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Best. Okay, just think about it. It's like insurance. It's like car insurance. You might not ever need it, but you might. You never know. You don't know what the other people are going to do on the street. Just in case, baby. You better know how to get it. Get that money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, should we cheat? You mean, should you beat them to it? Should you beat them to what they're going to do already? And that's up to you, man. I don't know. Let me tell you something. Every man that I know or have known, friends, relatives, old, young, they have all cheated at some point. Whether they were good people or bad people, they've all cheated. Every single man that I know, all of them, have cheated at some point in their relationships. So until I see otherwise, and if you ask yourselves the question as well, think about all the men you know at every age, at every walk of life. Have they all been faithful? Mm-hmm. Y'all need to start using common sense. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So if you know somebody that's been 100% faithful the entire time and you believe that that's true, wonderful. But that's going to be very rare. Very rare. Very, very rare. So just know who you're dealing with out there. Mm-hmm. I've seen, listen to what I've seen. I've seen brother-in-laws help the man that their sister is married to cheat. Let me repeat that. I have witnessed brother-in-laws help their sister's husband cheat. You said, yes, me too, Shera. I know. You see, you understand what I'm telling you now. Your brother, your own brother, will help your man cheat. So there you go. A few months ago, I told a guy that he has given me money and to never call me again because he's a liar. Shut up, girl. Stop doing dumb stuff. Miss Camilla, all men are liars. All of them. ALL. Can you get money out of them? That's all that matters. They're all going to lie to you. But if you are getting money, who cares? You already know from the start when you meet a man, this man is going to lie to me. I am not special enough for a man not to lie. Do you understand me? Get that through your mind. Make a plan to when you bust him lying, you get paid. Pocket's always going to be full. Do you understand? We know they all lie. This is common sense. This is fact. Let's get their money. Okay? Let's stop being dumb. You want to reach back out and be a pick-me-sha now? What are you going to do when he lies to you in the same sentence? The first sentence he texts you back. What you going to do when he lies right there? You going to be mad again and block him again? Because he's going to continue to lie because he's a liar. So are you going to collect money from him or not? Do you know what takes a lot of patience? To sit there and let a man lie to your face, know he's lying, and let him keep lying while you collect his money, because it doesn't matter, because you already know he's a liar. He's just doing what he do. You already know the truth, so what does it matter? If you already know the truth, does it matter if he's lying? No, just get his money. How to act with him after saying I want to retire and he dodges combo. Been with him 1 year. He's 62 and provides car and credit card payment. Looking for my next provider. How do I be with him? If he's dodging the question, he can't do it. Okay. Get you another one on the roster. Start spending less time with that one. Because he's 62. He knows what you're asking. He can't do it. Is he even retired himself? Because I thought the age to retire is it 62 or 65 now? Is he even retired himself? Has he filed for his Social Security? Can he afford to retire you? Does he got money? Some of y'all be trying to spend the man's money and they don't even got money. You need to figure it out. Why is he avoiding it? Because he can't do it. Maybe he's not even retired. Why would he retire you if he ain't retired? If he can retire you if he can afford to. Can he afford to? If he's avoiding the question, he can't. So keep your options open. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But how can they collect money from liars when I never know how to? If they got to like you 10 times more, because y'all don't ever listen to my formula. You got to only deal with men that like you 10 times more. That don't mean they're not going to lie to you. Just because they like you 10 times more don't mean they're not going to lie. Okay? They're going to lie to keep you. So, they like you 10 times more. And when they start to lie and you start to bust them, they're going to pay to keep you. Do you understand? Because all men are going to lie. All of them. No matter how much they don't like you and how much they do like you. Every single one of them gonna lie. Just like every single woman is gonna lie about something. Your age, how much you weigh, where you been, where you going, da-da-da. Your body count. People lie. Humans lie. Everybody lie. Men lie more. Why? Because they're inadequate. And they can't please women by doing what they do. So they got stuff that could come up that wallet. So when they lie, collect money from them. You can collect the more they like you. The more they like you, the more that you can collect when they got caught lying. Okay? That's it. It's the formula. And if you make a plan to catch them lying, and you have a little list of stuff that you want, your little upgrades, your little shopping carts, your little vacations. If you have a list of all those things, you already know what you're trying to do. You ready to bust them when you're ready. That's it. That's the plan. They can expect you to bust them every couple of months. All right. And think about this, ladies. If your man is paying attention and he's not stupid, he's going to catch on that he's paying you every time he gets caught lying. So therefore, naturally, he's going to lie less. Or he's going to try to find a better way to lie, which is going to be a bigger lie, which means you're going to get bigger gifts and more money. So what this is going to train him to do is be more honest with you so he can't get busted no more. All right? Then you can start busting him for something else. You said you were going to do this and you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Now you can call him out on his inadequacies or future faking. But when he starts to lie too much, collect money off of it, fine him for doing it. He's going to lie less and less. Then you can start on something else. And you'll be able to tell when he's lying and when he's not. Because you're not going to react when he lies. So he's not going to tighten up and stop showing you signs that he's lying. You're going to clock all his cues. So you know exactly when he's lying. You're not going to bust him when he starts lying. You're going to bust him later. You're going to let him lie. You're going to see how he looks when he lies. You're going to study how he looks. You're going to be an observer. You're going to observe every time he lies because you already know the truth. You're going to observe every time he lies. You're going to look at his body language, his cues, how he looks, what his face doing. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to ask him a question you know he's going to lie about, and you're going to get all his ticks and cues. So the next time you ask him a question and you want the truth and you know he ain't going to give it to you and you want to do a major bust and get some major upgrades, then you ask the question and you see all the ticks and cues and you know he's lying. You're a human lie detector. Then you get their money. Okay? That's all you got to do. I can tell because I'm an observer. I'm not a reactor. I'm going to observe a person. I'm not going to react. I'm going to observe. So I know exactly what I need to do when I do it because I plan on it. Okay? You need to shut up, sit down, stop emotionally overreacting, and collect this money. Thank you, Siren. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Y'all can't be in your feelings. You got to be in his wallet. His feelings don't give you no money. Okay? But that observing, getting what you need to get, that's what's going to give you some money. That's what's going to keep you detached. Okay? Y'all keep asking me, how do I detach? By not taking anything personally, by having a plan and by getting this money. All right? If you're steady observing him, if you're steady collecting information, how are you going to emotionally attach to that? You're just not. You're just going to get his money and continue on to your plan. And when he's exhausted himself, when he's tired of getting caught lying, when he's tired of paying, either he's going to pay, got to go, or whatever, your plans are still in place. Your money is still stacking at the end of the day. And when he's gone, you're still winning. You're still on your plan. Okay? You're not distraught. You're not talking about, but I love him. You're talking about, oh, well, next. Thank you, only one Russian queen. I appreciate you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, how do you send money on mobile? Hold on, girl. Hold on. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, when men mess up, why they expect women to forgive? Because y'all don't charge for forgiveness. You need to start charging for that fake forgiveness. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all do everything for free anyway, so why not free forgiveness? Y'all need to start charging for everything, even forgiveness, even if it's fake forgiveness. They need to pay. Okay? Because they expect you to forgive them, so you need to expect them to pay. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Reham slam. Thank you, ma'am. They expect you to do all of this. You need to expect them to pay. End of story. If they can't pay, they can't stay. or you can't stay. Time to move on. And I told you they got to like you 10 times more, and they'll want to pay. They'll want to pay you to stay. They'll want to pay for your forgiveness or your fake forgiveness, because most women ain't going to forgive you for that. They're just going to collect their money and still be mad. They might act like they're not. They still are. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're going to learn this the more you deal with men. You're going to see all your missed opportunities for getting their money when you get a little older, and then you're going to start executing it. But if you're smart, you're young, and you're listening to these videos, you're not going to miss that opportunity. You're going to be able to collect at your age. Okay? You're going to be able to collect. And instead of look back and be like, I should have got money, you're going to be able to do it. Okay? You said real men get offended by you doing that, by letting them get away with stuff for free? Yeah, because they don't respect you. They respect you more if you make them pay for their mistakes versus you forgiving them for no reason if they do better and go to counseling. They don't respect that crap. They respect you making them upgrade you because you took action and you didn't take the disrespect laying down. You said, okay, if you're going to do all of that, I'm going to get them pockets. You get more respect. So you better get them pockets. And make a plan to continue to get them pockets, okay? Every holiday, they better do you right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, how young do you need to be? It doesn't matter how old you are as long as you're of legal age. Whatever you need to do, deal with whoever you need to deal with, okay? It doesn't matter. Some women my age will date a man 10 to 15 years to 20 years older. Women that are in their 20s will date men 15 to 20 years older. It just depends on what you know likes you times 10. The formula is times 10. They got to like you times 10. Times 10, times 10, times 10. Do you understand? Times 10. Now, if you can find a man your own age to pay your bills, give you money that likes you times 10, wonderful. Is he ready to get married? Is he ready to move to the suburbs, upgrade your vehicle, settle down? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on how old you are. You already know that's probably not going to happen if you're in your 20s or early 30s, right? So don't depend on them for that. Just put them under the roster as bill payer and placeholder, and continue to date other guys who may be older and more marriage minded. I said this earlier in the video. So you don't have to only date one man. And dating does not always mean sleeping with them, okay? When men think about dating, they think you're sleeping with them. When women think about dating, they think they're just going out on dates and creating, connections. Men, mine is always on lust and in the gutter. That's why they say dating is sleeping together. Why? Because that's what they want. That's what they think it is. You got to learn to understand who these guys are and what their focus is. Okay. Because a lot of y'all don't realize. Okay. Okay. Y'all need to understand what it is. Ooh, it's hot. Let me turn on my fan. Okay. All right. You said be different, be better. Mm-hmm. Waste of time and money, do individual therapy and counseling. Yeah, never do couples therapy because whoever paying is whoever's going to be right. Also, based on the opinion of the therapist themselves. If they're a pick Misha, you ain't gonna win. All right. You said 21-year-old me going at for a 35-year-old man, or is that too good? That's too young, in my opinion. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I mean, what do you want? What is your plan for that 35-year-old's wallet? Let me ask you that. Sorry. Do you have a plan for his wallet? What's your plan for that 35-year-old's wallet? How much did that 35-year-old earn? How much can he afford to spend on you? What's your plan for his little starter career paycheck after he done paid all his bills? What's your little plans for that? Y'all need to ask yourself these questions when you're dealing with certain types of men. What does he do for a living? How much money does he earn? How much are his bills? How much does he have left after paying bills? How much can he actually spend on you? How much does he like you enough to spend on you? These are the questions, okay? Does he like you times 10? Is he going to pay your car down? What's happening? So you don't think women in their 20s realize how young 30 is? Okay. Listen, ladies in your 20s. You are mentally 10 years ahead of men. So when you're 20 and he's 30, he's still 20 here. Okay? Think about what I'm telling y'all. Look it up if you don't believe me. Women are 10 years more mature mentally than men. Men do not mature mentally or emotionally until 50. 50. Okay? Anything you're dealing with before the age of 50 is immature. So, when you date, you need to date with a plan for their wallets strategically because they are 10 years mentally behind their own age. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So you need to get your little calculator out, do your little math, and get your little money. So you're dating a 35-year-old, you're dating a 25-year-old mentally. You need to get some money out of them. Okay? You want some Bath and Body Works? If you want some pink Victoria's Secret, what you want from the mall? Because that's all they can probably do. You want them to pay your phone bill? Wonderful. Because that's all you might need at 21. We don't know. That's all you might need, girl. You want a Coach bag? Let's go. Now, I like Coach. I got Coach. I got a Coach for every day of the week. That's just chump change money to me. That's but a 35-year-old can definitely afford that. So let's get it. Y'all better be in the mall every weekend and your bill, so one of your bills better be paid. Now, if you want to date more seriously with some real money, you need to go for somebody 45 and up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said that's how you get your step in, walking around the mall? I know that's right. Okay. Now, if y'all are here for love and fairy tale stuff, you on the wrong channel, baby. I don't do that. I will tell you what's real. Okay. I will tell you how to get the bag. I will tell you how to keep your plans and how to always win in the relationship game. That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you to risk it all for some dusty love. That's some stupid, dumb stuff that's going to not get you anywhere in life or your future generation. Okay. I'm not going to do that to you. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all lies about, oh, true love and crap like that. I'm going to tell you how to stick to your plan, get your money, up your game, live your best life, and also, for your future generations to live their best lives. That's what I do. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said these older women be getting the most. 59 through 60 and up, don't sleep. I'm trying to tell y'all. I knew a lady who was like 60 something. She was dating an older guy, or who's older than her, and he would pay for everything. Her apartment. They didn't live together because some people just can't live together. They don't want to live together with no man. He would pay for her apartment, clothes, vacations, and all this kind of stuff, And she still had her own space and doing whatever she wanted to do. So just because you're single don't mean you ain't getting paid. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said goals. Yes. I remember her. She's probably not alive anymore because she was old. She was like, this was 20 years ago, so she could be alive now. She had 2 houses. She had a house and an apartment. She had an apartment in the city and a house near the beach. Okay. And she was using that man to pay for that apartment in the city, baby. And she paid for her own house and was a homeowner. I think she might have inherited the house from her mother, but she was keeping her house up by the beach. And she invited us over there one day. She's like, come on to my beach house. And we went over there. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. It's an old Victorian. And she was, let me tell you about this lady. She looked, for her age, she was always dressed. Hair done, nail done, everything done, okay? Outfits. She was one of them ladies that kept themselves up to the T to where even a young guy would want to, holla. That's how you do it. When you're old, you need that old lady that everybody says, that's who I want to be when I get old. That's what you need to be like. That needs to be your inspo. So when you see an older lady who got themselves together and you say, that's how I want to be when I get old, you're doing it right. Okay. That's what I want to look like. Sorry, my contact is rolling around over there. So that's what you got to do. Be her when you get old. Still collect your money. All right. Know your value, know your worth. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sure, I've taken your advice, but never been approached by what I want. Okay. Wonderful. But do they have money and do they like you 10 times more? If not, go every day to the rich side of town, switch up the places, or become a regular somewhere until you find someone that likes you 10 times more and is willing to spend. That's what you should want. Do you understand? That's what you should want if you have a plan, a financial plan to gain in your life. That's what you should want. I don't know about the other things. What do you want? Okay. But what you should want, the standards that you should have are they like you 10 times more and they got money and they spending. Okay. Everything else, when you tired of them, you can dismiss them and replace whatever, but you need to keep your plan going. Thank you, Julissa. Julissa, thank you for being a new member. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said that they need to learn to pray. Exactly, ladies. You're not there for them. You're there to benefit your plans. Now, if they are a good, decent man and they like you a lot and they do everything that you need them to do because they love you and they like you so much, great added bonus. Now you got somebody that you can brag on instead of make excuses for. Okay? Added bonus. You got someone that's going to make a good husband or a good long-term boyfriend or a good father. Added bonus. Great. Your plans are getting even better because of the added bonuses. Okay? Wonderful. Keep them around long time. Keep them paying long time. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said how to deal with man with corn habit? Okay. Do you live with them? Or are you married to them? Are they part of your long-term plans? Because I'm going to tell y'all something hilarious. Treat it like a handicap. Now listen to me very carefully. Okay, write this down. Treat it like a handicap or an addiction. Tell everybody and their mama about it. Tell them, well, make sure you clean up after yourself. Make sure you clear your history. Say it in front of people. Tell everybody you know. Oh yeah, he's addicted to this. Like it's nothing. Like it's gambling. Make it his handicap addiction and tell everybody that you can tell. Do you understand what I'm telling you? If it be known, men are ego driven. If you're doing something to hurt their reputation or their ego, you either have to change it. You know what I'm saying? Call them out in public and don't be ashamed of it yourself. Act like it's a disease. Act like it's a habit. If you're a Christian woman, oh, we're praying for his addiction. Well, what kind of addiction do he got? Corn. Then when y'all saying grace at the table, dear Lord, and call it out at grace. I'm not religious, but I know some of y'all are, and y'all could use that opportunity to manipulate, just like religion is for. Okay? So, use it as a form of manipulation. When you're talking to his in-laws at Christmas, mention it. Oh, we're doing great. He's still working on his addiction. Tell his mama. Tell the kids, don't walk in on daddy. Don't look through his intranets. Until he want to clean himself up, because now he's the poster child of being addicted to corn. Okay, you make him the poster child, baby. Sign up for a support group for wives who have men addicted to corn. Tell them you go into your support group every Wednesday and go hang and go have a little drink somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Make it real. Make it seen. Make it be known. Make it a handicap. And then maybe he'll stop. Maybe he'll say, well, maybe I do need help. You're not going to shame them. You're just going to accept them as they are. But at the same time, you're dealing with this too. This is part of your life as well. So you're very vocal about it. You're very main character about it. You know what I'm saying? You said get a handicap tag for the call. You said clock it up, girl. Don't be embarrassed. Embarrass him. That's the point. And do it in a way where it doesn't look like you're doing it on purpose. Do it in a way where it's literally affecting your everyday life. It's literally coming up in every conversation. Even if you have to fake phone call your friend. Hey girl, yeah, girl, yeah, sure. What? Oh, he's good. He's fine. We're still dealing with his addiction. We're praying for him every day. I wrote, like, if you're a churchgoer, even if you're not, pretending you go to church. Yeah, I put in a prayer request to the pastor to get him to pray for him and his problems. Yeah, they say it's a real addiction. You heard? Yeah, we're dealing with it every day. Do the same thing with his mama call. Oh, how are we? We're good. Just dealing with a few little hiccups, such as corn addiction. Yeah, we're getting through it. Tell everybody that will listen, darling. Don't be embarrassed. It's not your fault. Embarrass him. So where now everybody's looking at him and they go, we know what you doing. Well, you nasty. Everybody and their mama, including his mama, gonna look at him different. And that will bruise a man's ego to where he got to change. Do you understand what I'm telling y'all? Every time you come out the bathroom or his office or his closet, be like, did you clean up in there? Did you clear the history? Say it out loud. Embarrass him. Bruise that ego. Men are ego driven. They want to protect their reputations and their ego, so they will change. That's all you got to do. Play dumb and stupid. You said throw them a tissue. Buy them supplies. Honey, I picked up some extra tissues so you don't have to use those socks. I'm tired of finding them in the laundry. You want baby oil? You want some Diddy oil? And don't give them none. Don't give him none. Keep buying him supplies and keep collecting his money. You need your Diddy oil this week? So you at the airport? Girl, where you going? Buy him a gift basket with all the supplies in it. Get him a piece of corn, put it in there too. All right. He's going to feel stupid about it. You make something not fun anymore. You make something as if it's not something pleasurable or, entertaining anymore. When it becomes a way of handicapping them and emasculating them, they're going to give it up. Okay? You got to use that reverse Uno. Oh, no. Okay. We said get the Diddy collection. Y'all are silly. Just give them some baby oil and some tissues. I bought you something, honey. Here you go. What's this for? You know what it's for. I'm tired of your nasty, dirty socks everywhere. And make sure you clear that history. You said, ugh. And call out every time they go somewhere where there's a door. Call them out. Oh, only 2 minutes today. You're getting faster. All right. Anyway, how y'all doing? Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to boost ego in the beginning. I'm always mean too early. You gotta lie to them, girl. You gotta tell them exactly what they need to hear. You're a breath of fresh air. You're so intelligent. You're so smart. You have a great sense of humor. I learned so much from you. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. Talk them in front of other people. Oh my gosh, he's so great. I learned so much from him. He's a treasure. He's a good guy. You need to talk him up in front of his friends, your friends, whoever gonna listen. Okay, just blah 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 blah. It'll boost his ego. He's such a good provider. Make him look like you need him to look, so he can continue to be who you need him to be. Then when he doesn't be who you need him to be, then that's when you get mean. Do you understand? When he starts acting out of the character you set up for him. When he stops acting like when he starts acting like he's not a provider, that's when you become mean. When he's not a good guy, that's when you become mean. You set up the character. If you don't stay in that character, then you get him. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You tell him who he needs to be. You brag on who he needs to be as if he's already that person in front of other people. Now he has a reputation to uphold. You're using his ego against him. Okay? Now everyone sees him as a good guy provider. So he ain't providing, he ain't being a good guy, call him out. And if you really want to bruise that ego, call him out in front of people. It doesn't have to be evil, but it can be a warning. Like fake call your friend, be like, hey girl, oh, we're good. He's just not doing what he used to do. Because men will hold themselves more accountable based on other people's opinions and not yours. because of their ego. That's why you got to bring fake third parties into it, or their mama, okay? Or whoever, they job, they boss, their coworker, whoever will listen. Bring them in as a third party, and they will straighten up, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why do you think all these dusty mama's boys always bringing third parties, family members into y'all's relationships? Because they're treating you how they don't want to be treated. Because they are ego driven. They think if you look bad in front of the in-laws that you'll change, that you won't do this, that you won't do that. You need to act the exact opposite and ask for even more. So, if y'all are having in-law problems and your man is saying, oh, well, telling your mom, his mom or his sisters or his family members that you want too much, or you're not doing this, or you're not doing this, is what you say. This is not how I thought my marriage would be to your son. You reverse know it. This is not how I thought my marriage would be to your son. Don't say your husband, say your son. Now you're holding them accountable. Did y'all raise him to be a provider? Or did y'all raise him to always need the opinions of others to make decisions? Did y'all raise him to be a leader of the household? Or did you raise him to always need someone else's outside opinion to run his household? You got to flip the script. Because from my perspective, it looks like he needs y'all's permission to do anything. And I want a man, not somebody's little boy. Say that out loud in front of all of them. He's going to feel stupid. She's going to feel stupid. And all them family members going to look at him and laugh. Because it's exactly what he's doing. Okay? You're going to emasculate him in front of his mama, his daddy, and his granny, and whoever else is there. And since you're his wife, he knows that he's not turning you on at all. Okay? And he know he ain't gonna get nothing out of you at all. Am I still here? Hold on. Sometimes it be freezing. Hold on. Am I froze? Hold on. Are we frozen? Are we here? What's happening? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2. And the ghetto. Hold on. I'm back. How are you? Am I back? Am I back? Okay. Can you get the bag from a man you paid before for business? Family's lawyer? If he like you, girl, times 10. Am I back? Why does it keep freezing? I might have to start the live over. Are they timed now? We can hear? Okay. Well, I guess I just look too good for this camera. Make me freeze up. Anyway, tell me when it unfreeze. At least I look good in the frozen picture. Anyway, how y'all doing? I can still read the comments. I'm on YouTube, I think. Okay. I'm unfrozen now. Yay. Girl, Ilsa in the house. Let it go. Let it go. They be freezing and me and stuff. All right, I can still see the comments. Hold on. Thank you for sharing all your wisdom. You are welcome. You said happy to see me. Can y'all hear me though? Gosh, what's the problem? Am I unfrozen now? Can y'all hear me? I changed the resolution. Maybe that'll help. I don't know what's wrong with this. YouTube been acting up for the last 2 days. It never used to do this. I have no idea. I don't know. Let me edit this. Let me edit the video. Maybe that'll help it. And come back. Thank you, Lady Death 16. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, girl. I think they're updating stuff online. I have no idea. Well, yeah, if y'all can still hear me talking, I'm just going to talk and y'all just going to watch me bite my lip on the frozen clip. Ooh, that rhymes. Can y'all hear me? Okay, good. Okay. Watch me bite my lip, girl. Yeah. This is how I look before you give me that wallet. Yes. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. 2/15, he was supposed to send you. Okay, after Valentine's Day, he was supposed to send you money for a machine. He reaching out before I ignore him. Should I keep ignoring or engage and constantly talk about the machine? Da, da, da. Okay, so future faking and fake promises. Okay, send him the link to the machine that he's supposed to buy you. Don't talk to him until it is delivered to your doorstep. If it doesn't get delivered, send him an unblock fee. Okay. It could be a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Venmo request of a certain amount of money or the machine. And you write unblock fee in parentheses. And then you block him. If he ever wants to talk to you again, he has to pay for the unblock fee or buy the machine. Okay. You do not talk to him. After that, you said what you said. If he's not a man of his word, you don't need no more words from him. Do you understand? That's it. You don't need no more words from him because they're worthless. You don't need to waste no more time with because that's worthless. Okay. If you keep wasting your time with men with worthless words, you're done. Oh, I'm back. Am I back? Yeah. Am I frozen again? At least I'm not biting my lip. So, yes, you waste your time with men whose words mean nothing and they continue to only give you words. You're stupid. Okay? You don't want to be stupid. So, smart women get their money and they don't waste their time. So, are you dumb or are you smart? Are you dumb or are you smart? You're not going to waste time with someone whose words are not valuable and who can't keep their own word. All right? So get your money, man. Unblock fee. I don't know why it keeps freezing. I don't know. It's weird. Hopefully in a few days, they'll get their stuff together because I think they're redoing all the social media right now. Like every time I get on, they're updating all this crap left and right. This is probably just some glitches. Sorry. Well, at least I look good on the frozen screen. You know what I'm saying? But I can still see your comments, so go ahead and keep commenting. I see you. Maybe it'll unfreeze in a little while. Who knows? Okay. It worked for a second. I know every time I like click on and off, it works for a second. But it ain't working now. Let me see if I can click on and off. Let's see. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's been doing this for the last 2 days, so we're just going to have to get through it. Is it possible to find a provider online? Man, why can't you get out your house? You on house arrest? Are you on house arrest, ma'am? Then act like you're not and get outside. Y'all are so lazy. Someone says, like the video. Thank y'all. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get up out your house. Go get dressed. Put some makeup on. Do your hair. Stop trying to find people in your house in your nasty pajamas, sitting on your couch scrolling, looking like who did it and why. Thinking somebody want that. Get up and get dressed and feel wanted. You look good. You feel good. Your aura is present. Your confidence is high. That's what men are attracted to. They're not attracted to an old filtered picture from 5 years ago. Get up off your butt. Okay? Get up and get outside. All right? Y'all over there scrolling online with a picture from 5 years ago, super filtered, with your stomach sucked in. Get up and get outside. Put you a fire high on and put that makeup on. There you go. Because you know what? Y'all ain't gonna find nobody online with that old, ugly, filtered picture. Get up and get dressed and get out. Okay? Use what you're working with. Put my perfume on. What do men mean when they ask you to show appreciation during the dating process? It sounds like BS to me. I say thanks and take their calls. They want you to brag on them in front of other people. So you got to make fake phone calls. You gotta make up fake lies. I told my grandma about you. I told my best friend about you. And they said you're a good guy. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. And you're a breath of fresh air. Girl, just tell them the lies that they need to hear to keep them spending. All right? They want to feel wanted. So make them feel fake wanted. Okay? They don't know Aunt Ethel is fake. They don't know that you didn't tell your friend a thing. Just tell them you did. So I was talking to my friend the other day and we were just talking and I was telling him about you and they're like, oh my gosh, you sound like such a good guy. I said, yes, he is. He is so great. He does all these things for me. Girl, you ain't talked to nobody and you still stroking that ego and you lying to his face and he's still going to give you money. Okay. So lie, learn how to lie. They want you to lie to them. They want you to lie to him. What he just told you is lie to him. Because let me tell you a secret. If you really felt a certain way about him, you would do it naturally. Okay? He would feel your gratitude naturally if he was doing enough, if he was impressing you. He wouldn't have to ask for no gratitude and no being thankful and da 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 da. Okay? He wouldn't have to ask you. So he wants you to lie to him. Okay? So just lie. Make it sound good, stroke his ego, get his money. Can y'all still hear me? Yeah, my picture is frozen, but I still look good. All right. All right. Can y'all hear? So yes, I can hear. All right, thank you. Because you know this thing be messing up. But please, if they can't get the natural response out of you that you are grateful and thankful during the dating process, it means that you're not grateful enough because they haven't done enough to impress you. They might need to date younger. You know? Because it takes a lot to impress a woman that can do all those things for herself that this man is considering like he's doing as extra. Oh my gosh, thank you for the free food. Thank you so much for paying for this meal that we both enjoyed. There's still nothing in my bank account. But thank you, sir, for the free food. So they want you to lie to them. They want you to feel impressed by their low efforts. Okay, so just fake brag to a fake friend on a fake phone call, or make a fake conversation up about how you told your best friend about him and that he's all that. Okay, because he hasn't done enough to impress you. So he wants fake gratitude. So lie to him. And maybe if you lie to him, he'll keep giving you free food if that's all you want out of him. And then you can take your phone and put in his contact free food. Okay. And when you start paying them bills, you can change his name to, bill paying Bob. But until then, you treat him like free food. Okay. If you don't want to do all that extra stuff just for some free food, dismiss him, girl. If all he's doing is paying for food on a date, that's not impressive. Okay? He asked you out to eat. And he wants you to thank him for some free food? That's dumb. He need to be thanking you for your company. Okay? Because your time and energy is worth more than that food on that table that you're just going to flush down the toilet later. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay? Think about it. You're supposed to be all thankful and getting on your knees and bowing down for stuff that's going to be in the toilet later on. It's not in your bank account. Why are you impressed? Women can eat free every night of the week. That's not impressive, sir. He should have took you shopping. The amount of money he spent on a nice dinner, he could have took you shopping for something, makeup or something. Could have paid a bill or something. That's more impressive, okay? And then you really would have been bragging on him for real. You're like, girl, this man took me shopping on a first date. Instead of spending money on an overpriced restaurant with wine and valet, he took me shopping. I got the this, and that. See, she would brag on you for real if you did something right or impressive. That's not impressive. You can spend the same amount of money and still impress a woman, but you got to give her the money. Is third time speaking too early to ask for gifts? No, you should have been asking from conversation number one. You should have been hinting, cluing, mentioning it, making it all about the gift, all about what it is you want from him. He should know exactly how to impress you, what you need, what you want, how you like things. And he should have showed up on the first date with what you've been talking about prior to the first date on every single conversation thus far. Starts with conversation number one. Because you set him up from the beginning. That's who you are. That's your personality. That's what you're about. That's what impresses you. So if he likes you enough, he's going to come with it. He's going to impress you. He's going to do what you got to do, or he's got to do. Okay. Start from conversation number one. Drop hints, drop clues. Tell him what you like. Tell him what you are impressed with. You don't sit there and connect over crap that you're not interested in. Oh, my favorite book is this. Oh, my favorite movie is that. Oh, my favorite color is this. Oh, this, I grew up here. Oh my gosh, I just lost an earring. It was real diamonds. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. Oh my gosh. I'm saving up for A, B, C, and D. I have this much more to go. I'm really, trying to discipline myself. Oh my gosh. There's this new restaurant that I've been wanting to try. Oh my gosh. My friend's going on vacation next month. I wish I could go. It's not in the budget though. This is the conversation you must be having from conversation number one. You don't need to know his favorite color. You don't need to know where he grew up. You don't need to know none of this. Why? Because it's not going to get you no money. Do you understand? You need to tell him, drop hints, drop clues, how he can impress you. If he thinks you're already impressed by some stupid jokes, by whatever he's telling you, by his favorite color, by his past, whatever, then that's on you, man. You don't want to ask him dumb, stupid questions instead of prepping him to give you some money. Okay? So that's up to y'all. What y'all talk about. He's gathering information from your conversation on how to impress you. If all you talk about is money, jewelry, gifts, vacation, traveling, that's what he has to respond with. He can't continuously change the subject to something boring because you're going to change it right back. And then when y'all get on the date and he sees you and he smells this good old Love Potion number 7 perfume on y'all, he's going to be trying to impress you because you look 10 times better than he do. So now everything that you're talking about, he's going to want to agree with. He's going to want to contribute to. He's going to want to impress you by doing what you need him to do. Okay? And you continue to talk about those things on the date. I never found my earring. I'm just so sad. Anyway, now what's he got to do? Oh my gosh, there's a jewelry store right across the parking lot. Or he gonna show up with the earrings because you've been talking about it for a week on the phone. You know? So it's up to you what you want out of the relationship, out of the first date, by what you talk about prior to it, leading up to it. It's all about what you want. Okay? If he asks what your hobbies are, you say shopping and trying out restaurants. All right. Yeah, I'm froze, but y'all can still hear me, so that's fine. I think they're updating YouTube and it's just glitching. But instead of shopping and he asks you what your hobbies are, you should say fashion. That's the same thing. All right. Styling, fashion. Mm-hmm. That's true. Someone says, and choose the right target. Exactly. Make sure they like you more so they can impress you and want to impress you. They're not dodging your suggestions. They're embracing them because they're going to get points for listening. Do you understand? So when you drop hints and clues, you're dropping gifts. You're dropping ways to impress you. You're dropping ways for them to get closer to you. You're dropping hints and clues for them to pick up and use to their advantage. Now, when a man doesn't like you, they're going to ignore the hints and clues, and they're not going to want to pick up those hints and clues to impress you because they're not trying to impress you. They don't care about your opinion of them. They want something from you for free. They don't want to impress you, and they're not trying to listen to whatever it is that's going to get them points. They're not trying to invest long term. So this is how you know you're wasting your time when you drop hints and clues and they don't follow through on them. That's how you know that they're trying to get you to roll around on that mattress instead of invest in you and they actually like you for real. Okay. So you can avoid a lot of boring dates by dropping clues and hints from conversation number one. And by the first date, if they haven't gathered all them hints and clues and are there trying to impress you with all the hints and clues you dropped, they're not trying to impress you. And you know what that means? They don't like you enough. And you know what that means? They just want to roll around on the mattress with you or chew food across the table from you and up their social status. That's what that means. So who's the fool? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all better get this money. What if he comes off as way too strong and you haven't met yet? They come off way too bold and asking for some money. Come up with a big old lump sum of something you need. Okay? Be just as bold. All right? They bold, you bold. They got the audacity, have even more. Oh, I'm just going to be upfront with you. I really like you and I want to roll around on the mattress with you. Okay, great. And I'm going to be upfront with you. I really like you and I want you to put a car down payment for me. Let's get to the dealership. That's how much I like you. I'm willing to get on paperwork with you. And put this down payment down. I thought we were being upfront and honest. I really like you too. That's why I want you to invest. I don't stick around with men that don't invest, baby. If I ask you to invest, I'm serious. Start acting just as bold. Yeah, I know I'm frozen, y'all. Just look at my blank stare and listen to my words. You know YouTube glitching. You know, I'll try. I'm sorry it's glitching, baby, but you know I can't do nothing about that. But you can still hear me. I can still see your questions. Mm-hmm. My back. See, it'll stop and then it'll come back and then it'll just freeze again. You know. This information is too powerful. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Just y'all know what I look like when I'm talking. Just imagine me. Okay. It's like a podcast, okay? Except I'm not moving. I don't got no giant microphones or no couches. Anyway, how to persuade boyfriend for a trip this summer. Paint the picture in his mind of how great it's going to be. And make sure he got the money for it. Talk about it. Watch movies, destination movies. Watch movies based on vacation. Get him hyped up about it. Get him excited about it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. Start telling people he's taking you there already. That way he can't disappoint other people. Girl, yeah, be on the phone like, girl, yeah, my boyfriend finna take me here this summer. I know, right? Aren't you, honey? Yeah, girl, we on the beach this summer. Start telling people he taking you already. Then he can't disappoint everybody. Because you're gonna have to get right back on that phone. They're gonna be like, girl, I thought you was going on vacation. Girl, he can't afford it. He's gonna sound dusty. So he gonna start saving. So you can brag some more on him. Okay. And you know how men future fake on y'all? Y'all need a future fake on them. Reverse Uno, baby. Start telling everybody, even his mama. His mama talk to you, or she come over, start talking about the vacation and her son finna take you on. Future fake in reverse. All right. Future fake with his money. Tell everybody what he finna do. Because men are ego driven. They care more about the perception of them from other people than they do from you. So you gotta set it up. All right. Do you still keep them if you need a lot of money and they only send you small amounts like $40 and $100? It's so annoying. Just put them under gas money and only hit them up when you need that gas money. You can't, that's not rent money. That's gas money. Save them under your contacts as gas money. You can't get rent money out of gas money. That's gas money. Okay? So call him when your tank get empty. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It is annoying because you don't know where to place them. You don't know what to save them under in your contacts. And I'm telling you, gas money. All right? That ain't future husband, baby. That's just gas money. That's all that is. Okay? Don't get caught up. Don't be on the phone for hours with gas money. All right? Don't be sending pics to gas money. You understand? That's gas money only. You said $40? Girl, that's half a tank. That's only gas money, baby. Or water bill, depending on where you live. All right. Who knows? Stop. See, a lot of y'all be thinking gas money is your future husband. When I say y'all need to make plans, y'all need just to make plans to put people where they belong. He's in the gas money category. You keep him there, baby. He's not husband material. He's not sugar daddy material. Okay? He's not fine dining material. He is just gas money. That's it. All right? That's all he can do. Accept it and add some more to the roster, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. You said chump change. Yes. Shoot. That's a stream of income. That's some gas. Keep them around for some gas money. When you could find all money, when you could find all bills paid, then you can dump gas money. You can take them off the roster if that's what you choose to do. But until then, keep your gas money, girl. DoorDash money, gas money, Give them a nickname. Petroleum Poppy. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Anyway. Is that all he can do? Better than nothing. That's right. Petroleum Poppy in the house. Lunch money Lenny. Okay, Monica. Y'all need to start putting them where they belong, baby. Don't let them. Don't let your dumb, stupid mind pick Misha mind. See them as future husband. See them exactly for what they can do for you, and that's it. Okay. Yes. Make some plans, baby. Make some plans. Y'all know exactly if you got a roster, let me tell y'all something about a roster. If you're good at planning, if you got a roster, you can plan a lot of stuff and not have to pay for anything. You can call Petroleum Poppy to fill your tank up before you go on a road trip with your girls. Then you can find Lunch Money Lenny to send you some money for DoorDash or Uber Eats while y'all are on vacation in the hotel. Okay, you don't want to order that room service. You gonna order DoorDash, okay? Because they come to the hotel too. And then you can get some money to go shopping from your sugar daddy that sends you money every once in a while to go shopping with and stuff like that. And y'all can go shopping and have fun or whatever. Okay. But what I'm telling y'all is y'all need to put them in their place and use them for what they're only capable of. Now, like I said, when you find all bills paid, great, wonderful. But until then, know how to strategize, know how to collect, and know how to plan. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, it's frozen, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know. They just want to take a beautiful portrait of me, I guess. Like the Mona Lisa, huh? Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. Anyway, girl, just think of me as a portrait. There you go. So anyway, how are you? Let me read some of y'all's comments. I can still read the comments. I can still see y'all's comments. So just ask away, baby. I can still read. Okay. You said laundromat Larry. Oh no. You better find a washing machine Willie. We ain't going to no laundromat. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said shoe Sean. Okay. SHERA, please add a link for the confused people. Frozen but live. That she is okay. What you want me to say? I can still hear you. I can still hear y'all. All right. Dang, it's not gonna come up on the screen because it's frozen. I can't even change it. I can't even. Okay. Well, I can still hear y'all. And I can still like I can't hear y'all. Y'all can hear me. I'm glad that didn't go up on the screen. Okay. I can still see. I can't hear y'all. I would be schizophrenic if I could hear y'all. Okay. I can read your comments. That's what I'm saying. I can still see y'all. Y'all can still hear me. There we go. Okay. All right, all right. Girl, when I get old, I'm probably gonna hear y'all in my head. I'm like, all these pick me shit questions still haunting me. I'm gonna be talking to myself, answering y'all questions when I'm at 105, 120. Yeah, I'm gonna be old. Like, who you talking to? All these pick me in the comments. There ain't no comments. Yes, there is. Y'all gonna be part of my old lady dementia. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm just gonna be randomly sitting up in my little rocking chair in my moo talking about sprinkle, sprinkle. You a pick me? They're gonna be grandma, great grandma. Who you talking to? All these pick me in here. Can you see the pick me? No, but I can see their comments, and I can hear them now. I don't know. I'm getting some superpowers. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, y'all. He said, I can't save all the pygmishas. I'm joking, y'all. That's a joke. I'm still going to be able-minded. I'll only be acting that way to get out of doing certain things or dealing with certain people, but I will be able-minded. I'm going to be playing stupid and dumb until I'm old. Okay? All right. Anyway, you can get that extra check right there. How are y'all? What if he gets testy because you don't offer the same info he gives? Make some up, baby. You ain't got to know the truth. You can offer up info, don't mean it have to be true. All right. You can make up anything you want. You create it. Tell him what he want to hear. Make sure it ain't the truth. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell him what he need to know, and that's it. Not the truth, but what he need to know. He need to know that he ain't finna know the truth. Okay? Make something up that sound good. Take notes and make your plan so that you don't forget what you told him. And so y'all need to have a real story, a fake real story. Yes, a fake real story. That's what I said. Y'all need to have your fake real story. So you tell that to everyone. And so you don't get caught up in a lie because that's your fake real story. Okay? It's kind of like when you're an actress and the story of your character and the lore of your character doesn't change. You can only add to it. Okay? So if you are like an actress, your character has lore. And it ain't yours. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate the super sticker or the super chat. Appreciate you. You said the lore. Yes. Create you some dating lore. Create your fake fiance that left out of the country and you didn't want to move and that's why y'all broke up. Create your fake version of the questions that they're going to ask you. Okay. Wonderful. Y'all don't have to sit there and not answer questions. Y'all can answer all the questions you want as long as you have the correct answers. Do you understand? Make the answers. Plan the answers. Already have the answers written. Make sure that the answers are beneficial to you. Okay? They don't have to be the truth. They just have to answer the question and benefit you down the line. Okay? So what do you do in your spare time? Oh, I take care of my Aunt Ethel. Oh, so what do you want in a relationship? Oh, I want the usual provider, gentleman, breath of fresh air type of man that impresses me, sort of like you. Now you got to live up to that. Okay. I'm paused on the screen. I know. I don't want to have to say that for 30 more minutes, y'all. Look, I'm paused, but I still look good. So just listen to my words, okay? YouTube is trifling today. I think they're going through updates in their system. And you know how it gets when that happens. And stuff start getting wonky. But yeah, start making up fake information about yourself. And that way, when they ask you questions, they don't feel like you're withholding from them because you got something to tell them. And it's very vague, and it's something that is going to benefit you later on. Okay. I can read your chats. Sometimes if you use certain words, it's not going to let you send a chat. Or if you type too many words and you don't put enough money in there, it's not going to let you send it. So I think the more you type, the more you got to pay for some reason. The less you type, the less you got to pay. If that helps. Okay. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What if he asks about kissing on the first date? It's like, oh, you know what? I really love to get to know the people that not the people. I really love to know the guy that I'm getting close with. And we'll see how it goes. But typically, I do not kiss on the first date. I like to get to know a man more in order to feel close enough to be intimate with him, as far as kissing is concerned. That means you're telling him in advance he ain't finna get no kissing. If he try to force a kiss or whatever on the date, he's gonna lose his chance with you. And then you need to tell him, my pet peeve is bad breath. And then he's gonna be self-conscious that he's gonna have garlic breath or bad breath. And he's not gonna try to kiss you. If you start seeing him popping mints or going to the bathroom to brush his teeth, you better duck and dodge. Better bust out that old mask from 2020 and put that over your mouth when y'all go outside at the end of the date. Tell him you feel a little something coming on. The mask. Start piling on red lipstick. Do something. Okay. Girl, get that lipstick creamy, glossy, glass lip, red lipstick and start piling it on. You ain't gonna be trying to get messy after that. Make sure you wear that red glossy lipstick on the first date so he don't try to get all up in there, okay? Sprinkle. Then also tell him you just had dental work done. All right. I know I'm frozen, girl. I know I look good. I'm Elsa right now. Let it go. Let it go. I'm one with the wind and sky. Oh, thank you, Adrian. I see your chat, girl. Sprinkle. How you doing? I see it. I'm frozen though, girl. I'm Elsa over here. How you doing? Mm-hmm. And in this day and age, you need permission to kiss somebody. You got to ask for permission because that's a violation of your personal space. Because you don't know what they got. Okay. Okay. What's on them lips? How you know where his mouth has been? Exactly. You don't know where that mouth been. You don't know the last time it been to the dentist either. You don't want to catch no gingivitis or no whatever. I'm frozen. Oh dear. Girl. Why am I frozen? I don't know. They just took a snapshot, thought I looked good at this angle, I guess. It looked like I'm reading comments. Look. Yeah, which I am. I'm reading y'all comments. He said, you prefer child-free provider, best place to meet them. You mean best age. Okay, when they old, their kids is grown. If you're trying to meet young child-free men or old men that's already been raised them kids or got grown kids. I think it's the age you need, not the place. Okay. Shera is against dating app 100%. Lots of dusties. Look, I'll make a deal now. Make a deal. When dating apps have all men paying to be on there and they allow men to send gifts and cash and money to women on the dating website, then I might believe in them. But until then, it is a waste of time. Okay? They need to come up with a dating website where the man courts you properly with gifts, cash, money, just to even get their attention. First anniversary with provider boyfriend. He only gifted me flowers and dinner in a nice restaurant. I asked him to help me upgrade my apartment. Suggest, okay, the first anniversary. Okay, so you've been with this man for 1 year. Is this man in his 20s and can he even afford a gift? Now listen to me very carefully. Men think you want romance. Nice dinner, restaurant, flowers. Okay, he could have took that money and buy you a gift and y'all could just order DoorDash at the house. Now, he can't do it all. He's probably young. What you want? Food that's going to flush down the toilet, or you want something you can hold in your hand? Okay? You need to start talking and telling people what you want, sending links. You need to tell him, look, I'm not about that restaurant life. I'm about this gift life. Okay? I don't need to chew food across the table from you to celebrate my anniversary, but I do want some jewelry. Do you understand? Take the money you spend it on his food and his wine and his restaurant and these flowers and put it towards a gift. Here go the links. Here's what I want. Da da da. Okay, y'all got to start talking because they're enjoying the food. They're getting to eat. The money that they could have been spending on your tennis bracelet or your tennis necklace is going down their stomach and yours. And it's going to be in the toilet tomorrow. So you better start talking and tell them what you want for real. You just like, let's just go to dinner some other time. You know, let's just go buy me a gift. Anniversaries are all about the gift anyway. You said you were so annoyed because it could have been in your account. Yeah, he's trying to create memories with you and you want gifts. Okay, so men, listen up. Take the woman shopping or buy her a gift. The food is going to end up in the toilet. Save the dinner and the dining after y'all, after you buy the gift. If you still got something left, then take her out to eat, okay? But get the gift first. Whatever you're going to spend on dinner and flowers, put it towards a gift. And if you got some money left after that, take her to eat, okay? There you go. Get the money, ladies. Get the gift first, men. Men, buy her a gift. If you still got something left to take her to eat, take her to eat. She'd rather have the gift than the memory of you chewing food across the table for her. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Men, you want to impress women with the same amount of money you're going to spend anyway? Buy her a gift. And if you got something left, take her to eat. If you ain't got nothing left, just take her shopping and let her pick her own gift. That's a date right there. Okay? And it ain't going to end up in the toilet. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm trying to help y'all out. Mm-hmm. You said you heard? Exactly. She gonna be bragging on you for days, weeks. Girl, this man took me shopping on the first date. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody gonna say, well, did he take you to dinner though? No, he took me shopping, fool. Ain't nobody gonna ask about the food you chewed. Where's the money? Where's the gifts? That's more impressive. Okay. So y'all hear me, men? Take her shopping. She can brag on you and you can spend about the same amount of money. And she'll like you way more. You're going to rise to the top of the roster. Okay? Think about this. You're going to be at the top of the roster. And let's just say some random other man took her to dinner and spent $1,000. And you only took her on a $150 or a $500 shopping spree. She's going to like you more than the man that took her to the restaurant to true food with. Okay? So y'all better understand. Get your calculators out. Women like shopping. Okay? This is my channel. I can say what I want. I know, right? Even though I'm frozen. You said you rarely go out because you're still a university student. So where should I find my providers? Out? Outside on the weekend or something? Get out as much as you can still. Still go out. Think about this, university students. Some of y'all have jobs. Some of y'all have to get out and go work. If you have the pleasure of not having to work while you're in university, you still got the time to go out. Because if somebody can work a full-time job and go to school, you can get out too. Stop making them excuses. Okay? When I was in school to be a mortician, I went out almost every night and I had a job. So what you saying? Y'all got the same 24 hours that I did. If you wanted to, you'd be out. I don't know what you're going to school for. Maybe it's more difficult than what I went to school for. But I had like a photographic memory. I didn't need to study that much. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. You worked 3 jobs with a full credit hours and still went out almost every night. No excuses, ma'am. Exactly. Y'all better live life. Thank you, Brian. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate you for the super chat. You make time for the things that you prioritize. Exactly. You got the same 24 hours. Use them. Get up early, go to lunch, go out in the daytime, study at night, or vice versa. If you got a new man and you want to know if he is a provider, what kind of questions do you ask? What do you use? What did I used to ask? Ain't no asking. You got to test them to see if they're going to spend. So that's why I tell y'all not to meet men online unless you send in links. And then, like, if you're meeting on dating websites, they're going to report you. So because they're dusty. So in real life, when you meet a man and you want to test him to see if he's a provider, he's supposed to start providing right then and there by buying you a drink, by offering you something. Okay? If you're out and about. So, what's he offering? From the first conversation, you're supposed to be mentioning the things that you want and need and that impress you, that cost money. And by the first date, he should be bringing them to you or trying to impress you by offering to, do whatever they need you to do and coming through and following through on it on the first date. So for example, if you say, oh my gosh, my shoe just broke. The heel on my shoe just broke, even though you rigged it to break before the date. And there's a shoe store right across the street from the restaurant or wherever y'all on the date at, and he don't take you to buy no shoe and he lets you hobble around. He's not a provider. Okay. I have a little trick and someone used it and they texted me the other day on my Patreon and they were like, oh my gosh, girl, I used a broken shoe thing and it worked. I got me some new shoes, girl. Rig you a pair of heels for it to break on your date across the street from the shoe store. Make sure your date is in a shopping center restaurant where there's a nice little shoe store over there. Crack the heel right when the dinner is over and hobble about. Oh my gosh, my shoe. I can't walk right. Oh my gosh, there's a shoe store right there. Will you escort me over there? And hold his hand so he can escort you on your broken heel. When he gets to the shoe store, he's going to like, wow, I am a man. I need to be needed. I need to be useful. Should I offer to buy this lady some shoes? That would impress her. She would definitely probably give me some points on there. I can come to the rescue. I like her. Let me buy her some shoes. Get it? There you go. Test them the same day you meet. Yes, ma'am. If you can't test them the same day and they're not providing the same day, they're not a provider, because provider means providing. Action word. Okay. The video is paused because I look so good. They can't stand the video no more. They had to take a portrait like the Mona Lisa, ma'am. Y'all just oogle in awe over me looking like I'm reading y'all's comments, which I am. Don't worry. It's not just you. Everybody's paused. Okay, you're don't stop refreshing. It's just stuck. YouTube must be updating or something. All right. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. I tried to restart, reset, go in and out of the studio. It ain't nothing working, baby. You're just gonna have to listen to my beautiful voice. Okay. What? Let me see what y'all are talking about in these comments. Okay. Welcome to the level up. Thank you for being a member. Your name is Gayboy39. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Anyway. You got a date today and you're going to test him as well, as you should. Your first conversation with any man should start with suggestions. Okay. So it starts from conversation number 1. As soon as they approach you, game on. All right. Like Sherlock says, the game is afoot. As soon as they speak to you, the game is afoot. Do you understand? Start using the power of suggestion, telling them you saving up for something, tell them about Aunt Ethel, create the lore. Okay, start giving them fake facts. Build up the lore. So by date number 1, they know what you want, they know what you're saving for, they know what impresses you, they know you spend time with Aunt Ethel, they know Aunt Ethel is dear to your heart. Start building your story from conversation number 1, using the power of suggestion to get their money, to get them to want to spend, to impress you. Conversation numero 1. Don't wait to the first date. You know what you have in common? Not your favorite color, not your favorite singer, but guess what? His need to impress you and your need for him to impress you. That's what you got in common. Okay, because if he thinks he's impressing you by some stupid stuff that you're asking him 20 questions about, he doesn't need to impress you anymore. So make sure your conversations are strategic to get what you want. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. I can still see y'all's comments, even though the screen is frozen. So y'all can keep asking questions. I can see them. Anyway, sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, I look like I'm reading comments. I'm frozen in time. Okay. Dang, the screen got Botox. It's frozen. Girl, my screen frozen like face on Botox. That's right. Sorry, but I can still read your comments and y'all can still hear me. So I think, like I said, YouTube is updating and they have some glitches and stuff. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. What y'all talking about? You said still waters run deep. Okay. Fake facts, that's right. Make you some fake facts, create you some lore, talk about Aunt Ethel, talk about what you're saving up for, talk about the earring you lost, talk about the perfume bottle you broke, talk about the tire pressure, talk about everything you want him to do for you in a roundabout way. So he has all the clues and hints to impress you with financially. Okay? That's how you know he's paying attention. That's how you know he wants to impress you and invest in you and he likes you. If he understands the hints and clues being thrown in his direction from conversation number 1. That's your plan, baby. Now, if they're trying to play the game and they're not trying to impress you, and they're avoiding and ducking and dodging all your hints and clues. They don't like you and they just want to roll around on the mattress with you. So you can dismiss them very quickly after that, okay? Because a man that actually likes you is not going to miss no hints and clues on how to impress you. They're going to be ducking and dodging. They're going to be trying to figure out how they can impress you to keep you around longer. Okay. Okay. Mary says she married a provider at 24 before dating for fun. Left him to date for fun, have fun. Now he's trying to win me back. He's 20 years older and treated me well. And I had hobbies, but I was a romantic. Okay, well, as long as you're getting your money, good for you. He got some money? Well, get him back and get his money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He let you play. Now he still want to stay. Go get his money. How y'all doing? So you don't recommend being yourself or being honest? It's like, girl, I don't recommend it at all. It's for stupid people. All right. Because they think about this, ma'am. They're not being themselves and they're not being honest. So you gonna be honest and be yourself when you meeting somebody that's a false representative of themselves? They're sitting up there lying to you and they're not themselves. They're the type of man that just want to roll around on the mattress with you. You're not meeting them. You're meeting their representative. Okay. This is why most women don't know how to date, because they're sitting up there being an open book, telling all their trauma, telling all their life stories, telling the truth, playing fair in an unfair world, telling a liar the truth. And guess what? After it's all said and done, you're going to be like, he lied to me. He lied to me. And I was upfront and honest. And I'm going to be, that's because you were stupid. You never tell them the truth. They don't care about the truth. You tell them what they need to hear to give you what you need. If y'all want the truth and y'all want to be honest and upfront with a man, don't be mad when you find out they're lying to you. Yeah, I know the screen is frozen. Just listen to what I'm telling y'all. Okay? Ask any man. Ask your daddy. Ask your uncle. Ask your brother. Are most men lying on the first date or the first conversation? Yes, they are. They lying. All right? Ask any man who cares about your well-being. They'll tell you, yep, all men lie. They lie to you. They're trying to roll around on a mattress. They'll tell you anything you need to hear. They'll lie about their marital status, their finances. They're going to tell you whatever you need to hear to believe them and roll around. They will lie to you to your face while you're telling them the absolute truth, being an open book. They will lie to you. Why? Because they don't care about telling the truth. They care about rolling around on that mattress. And you don't need the truth to roll around on the mattress. Do you understand me? The truth is not required to love bomb a woman out of her underwear. Okay? The truth is not required. In fact, it's frowned upon. So you tell me, should you be out there telling the truth? No, you need to make up some fake truth. Okay? It needs to sound like the truth. It needs to be believable and strategic on how to get his money. Then your real personality can come out once you own that direct deposit. Do you understand? You're supposed to let the mystery unfold about who you are. You're not supposed to tell them right away. And you tell them who you are. You tell them your life story, your autobiography, your past traumas. He don't need to know all of that. And he's going to be like, well, I already know everything about her. She's boring and a pick-me. Let me get on, you know? The mystery must unfold slowly while you get his money. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, imagine if I had a church, my congregation would be lit. Yes. And I would be passing that collection plate and all the men would have to pay. They attend. Yes. Give me some money. I'm going to have a cash app on a pulpit right there. Amen. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They're going to be like, this is not a real church. She got her cash app on the pulpit. Then all the other churches going to start doing it. Got to lead the way. Mm-hmm. You tell him every man has treated you like a princess. I know that's right. Legacy. That's how you tell them. Tell them what they need to know and what they need to hear to do what they need to do. Now, I know people have trained you and brainwashed you to be honest, open, and be yourself, but them people were lying to you. Okay? They were lying. They gave you bad advice, man. Now, there's a way that you can let them know who you are without telling the entire truth. Because character is what you need to represent. Main character is what you need to represent. Your character likes money. That's the truth, ain't it? Your character looks for a provider. That's the truth. You understand? You're telling the truth without telling the truth. You see what I'm telling? Your character likes money. Your character likes providers. Your character likes telling them things that make them feel positive in your presence. Like every man you've ever dated before treated you like a princess, okay? So your character is telling the truth. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The truth about what you need them to know. All right, there you go. Let me tell y'all something. The difference between truth and fact. Truth is perception. Facts can be proven. He didn't tell you to tell him the facts. He told you to tell him the truth, which is a perspective. Your perspective. What you want to tell him. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. He said, let them figure it out. Exactly. So give them a perspective of what you need them to see. Because truth is not fact. Never have been, never will be. You said they don't even care. They don't care. They don't care. That's why y'all care more than they do. Y'all care so much, y'all gonna tell them what they don't even want to know. Learn how to lie, baby. It's the truth somewhere. Even a clock is right two times a day. Y'all are sitting there thinking, that's right. It is. It's correct. It's philosophy. Okay. I gotta go. What? You dated people in your circle and entertainment, but as my provider are getting more serious, and I'm afraid he'll find out I dated some of them people. Who cares, girl? If he like you, he like you. He won. He got the prize. They missed out. Who cares? Okay. Everybody got a past. It doesn't matter. At least you were dating people that had money. Do they got money? Because then it would be embarrassing if they didn't have money. Okay. It's okay to have dated people with money in the same circle. It just means you're worthy and worth it, and they better come up with some better dates and gifts than the last one. You know what I'm saying? That's like all them women that date rappers and athletes. They don't stop them from dating the next rapper or the next athlete. Don't stop them at all. In fact, it's more helpful. They understand the lifestyle. They understand their value. So who cares? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Yeah, I can still see y'all's comments even though I'm frozen. Right? What is your favorite way of teaching a man from right from wrong? Okay, if they're my child, if they're my son, I don't have a son and I don't have a child. That's a boy, but I'm not getting ready to finish raising no grown, able-bodied man. My best way of teaching is fining, putting out fines, re-entry fees, unblock fees. You better pay me fees, okay? The same way the government do y'all. When y'all start speeding, y'all get a ticket, y'all got to pay. Get them pockets. That's the best way you teach somebody right from wrong, okay? Because whenever you get a little ticket, you be slowing down in that school zone, or don't you? You be slowing down in them neighborhoods because you got a ticket. That's how you learn. You got to hit his pockets, okay? If he ain't got no pockets to hit, you shouldn't be there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We're not trying to raise no children. We're finding adults over here. We're gonna find you. Not F-I-N-D, but F-I-N-E. Fine. Munty. Start finding them, ma'am. How do we stand out if there's a lot of feminine, elegant women where I live? Be the main character of all the feminine, elegant women where you live. Be the main character of them. Be their leader. Stand out by being the final boss of feminine, elegant women where you live. Level up. Get my perfume love potion number 7. Get them hormone. I mean, not them hormones. Them pheromones. Excuse me. Get the Heaux Cosmetics pheromones. Links in the description with my coupon code. Get you an advantage. Use every advantage you got and become the main character. Okay? Whatever they do, do it better. Okay? Observe, study, become the main character. Use all the things to your advantage. Get you some pheromones. Get you my perfume. Put that lipstick on. Get that waist snatcher. Snatch your waist. Become the final boss and the main character. The confidence is key. You got to have confidence. Yes, I am frozen, but I can still see you. Still see them comments. How to stop being a romantic, even though I'm busy and have hobbies. They help a ton, but still, I love our girl at heart. Romance yourself. You want to make your marriage work and not desire romance in other men. Okay. Romance yourself. Take yourself to dinner. Buy yourself flowers with his money and credit card. Go to the spa. Okay. Buy yourself a beautiful dress. Buy yourself some nice shoes with his money. Drink out of a teacup. Drink out of a wine glass. Okay. Be girly girl. Live the soft life on your own. Men treat you how you treat yourself. If you don't romance yourself, he don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. He thinks you like McDonald's. He don't know that you like, macaroons and oysters and whatever. I don't know. But guess what? You need to treat yourself how you want him to treat you, because when he has to do something good for you or on a special occasion, he's going to look at you. Oh my gosh, she likes the nice things in life. I can't come with the bare minimum. She's going to look at me stupid. Okay? So you need to start romancing yourself. You teach others how to treat you. Okay? So take his money and romance yourself. He's paying for it anyway. He might as well get the credit for it. He's going to start acting like it. Right? If you took that man's credit card, your husband's credit card, and you bought stuff to make your life look like you're romancing yourself, if your living room, your table looks like Bridgerton or something, you walking around in feather robes and satin and silk and furry slippers and whatever, and he paid for, he's going to want some credit. So he's going to have to get his act together and start claiming romance. Okay? Because he already paying for it. You better get you some champagne, a nice crystal set of champagne glasses. You better get your little fuzzy robe, your little satin robe. You better put it all on his credit card and romance yourself. He ain't getting no type of credit for it. He's going to be mad about it. Why are you spending all this money? Oh, I'm romancing myself. You want somebody else to pay for your romance? Because you sure ain't put in no efforts. So I'm doing it for myself with your money. Then he's gonna start doing it because he wants the credit for it. Okay. If you send over there romancing yourself with his credit card, he tap on your shoulder and he can't get none, he can't get a roll around a mattress, he gonna be like mad because he's paying for all the romance, but he ain't getting no credit for it. So you better start romancing yourself with that man's wallet. All right. Learn how to be strategic. Learn how to reverse Uno. Okay. If y'all are dumb and y'all don't know how to play chess, learn how to play reverse Uno at least. So I know some of y'all aren't fast learners. Y'all don't know all the moves of the chess pieces. Y'all can't stay 5 and 4 steps ahead. So y'all go ahead and get y'all a little deck of reverse Uno and have a good day. Okay? Y'all know how to play that. It's simple. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, thanks for this question. I'm the same way. And thanks to you for response. You're welcome. I know the screen is frozen. They think I'm Elsa over here. But I can still see y'all's comments. YouTube is glitching. I think they're updating though, yeah. I can still see y'all's questions. I'm still answering them. Don't I look like I'm still reading these questions on this frozen screen? Hey, I feel like I'm more, like when the screen is frozen and I don't have to worry about what I look like when I'm talking, I feel like I can get into it even more. You know? I'm not worried about what my face looking like. Yeah. Okay. You said, don't ever let a man call you strong. You're so strong. I thought that was your job. If I'm strong, what does that make you? Dang. Fuego. Fire. All the theatrics, yes. You say you're from Slavic country. There's a lot of final boss here. Well, ma'am, you need a signature final boss move. Okay. Be the mysterious final boss. You know how to, like, can y'all know how y'all be doing them hairdos and stuff? You need like a little signature swirl in your face like a villain or something. You know what I mean? You need like a signature villain final boss thing that separates you from all the other baddies. Okay. I don't know what it could be, but you figure it out. A little curl, a little streak, something. Get you a clip-in highlight, do a little swirl on your forehead. I don't know. Something villainous. Some patent leather or something, ma'am. I don't know. You just got to do something. Yeah. Some type of accessory that gets their attention, you know? I don't know. Wear something that looks like you're a dominatrix. That always get them thinking in the right direction for the wrong reasons. Something with lace and corsets on there. I don't know. Villainous. What are your thoughts on women's obsessions with getting married? Most of them are dumb and getting married to dust. If you ain't getting married for money, you shouldn't be obsessed over it. Because there ain't nothing to be excited about marrying no dust. They be all excited going on diets for marrying some dusty that can't afford a wedding. They be paying for their own wedding, proposing to the dusty themselves. If you're not excited to get married for money, you're getting married for the wrong reason. Okay? Y'all be over there starving yourself for some dust. I'm gonna fit my wedding dress that I gotta pay for to marry some dusty that don't even got no job. Oh, but he proposed. That's not a flex. That ain't no flex, baby. If you're not getting excited because you married into money and ain't got to work no more and you can retire and sleep late and do whatever you want, there's no point of getting married. You just get married to do laundry, fold clothes, wash dishes, pick up socks behind some grown able-bodied man, clean toilet seats. What you excited for? If it ain't about no money. I'm confused. Okay. Why y'all so quick to try to run to the altar to some dust? Y'all better be getting some money. Okay. What can I do to make him crazy about me? Feels like he's getting comfortable by getting up and getting dressed every day to look better and better and more out of his league. So he can't get comfortable when you leave the house. You're gonna be worried. Thank you. You said life can be beautiful. Thank you for the super chat, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. How to get the same amount of money from some he gives me every month to pay in. What? It's almost done. Just tell him Aunt Ethel needs your help. And you gave her the money so she wouldn't be kicked out of wherever she lives. And now you need more. Okay. That's why it's important to build that Aunt Ethel lore. You gotta start off talking about your favorite Aunt Ethel from day one. That way, when she need help, aka when you need extra, you believe it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Teamwork make the dream work, even though that team member don't even exist. They don't know that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, I can still see y'all's comments, so keep it commenting. My screen is frozen, but the comments are not. Okay. Uh-oh, SHERA, you let the man lead the combos, right? What is there is silence? I like they should lead and impress. Ask them how their day was. If there's silence, say, oh my gosh, you are, I was just thinking about something that you were saying earlier. You're so smart. And then he'll start talking again. All you got to do is stroke his ego. If he stopped talking, go back to what he said earlier. When you said this earlier, I was so impressed. And he's going to keep going on and on. Men love when you stroke their ego. You want to keep them talking? Tell them you were impressed by something they said 5 minutes ago. Simple. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, but Aunt Ethel has so many problems. I know, right? Good thing you can depend on her to get your money. You know what the biggest problem Aunt Ethel will have if he don't give you no money? You know what her biggest problem is? That she going to have to move in with you. And that means he's going to see you a lot less. Okay, that's always the threat. She going to have to move here. Oh, no, keep her over there. Pay them bill. See? And look, let me tell you how to fake it. When he's at work, go to Goodwill, buy you a muumuu, a cane, and a word search puzzle from the book section, and leave it on the table. And he's gonna come home from work, and he's gonna be like, Aunt Ethel was visiting. She left her cane. I know she can walk without it. She be faking. Yeah, that was Aunt Ethel word search book. Mm-hmm. And she wanted to stay over and spend the night, so she brought this extra muumuu. But then she realized her cat at home, and she didn't want her cat to go hungry, so I took her home so she could feed the cat, and told her she could leave her muumuu here for next time, just in case. Okay, now you got some Aunt Ethel evidence. Uh-oh, hold on. You slept with a major Dusty after not sleeping with anyone for 3 years. He told me he loved me, and you the one, and you believed you wanted a Dusty to be the one. He was clearly lying, but it made me spiral. Yell at me, please. I made a bad decision. Okay, now you have let the dust dip inside you. Okay, you dusty dipping. Okay, so you are a target for love bombers because you believe lies. You're desperate for male validation. You need to get some money. All right? You shouldn't have rolled around on a mattress with some Dusty. Now he over there telling everybody you rolled around on the mattress with him. His ego is all boosted up and you feel bad. Why? Because you fell for the love bombing. You know Dusties don't love nobody but themselves. They don't even love themselves. So why would they love you? How could a dusty man love you if he can't even love himself enough to go get his money up? Okay? So when a man is fixing his lips to lie to you about how much he love you, ask him how much he love himself and why he ain't got no money if he love himself so much. Why he ain't doing better in life. Why his car always at the shop. Why he asking you to pay half the bills if he loves himself or you. Ask yourself why you so desperate to believe somebody's lies. Okay. Ask yourself, was this a good decision in your plan for the future? All right. Now, after you ask yourself all those questions and you said, okay, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'll never do that again, make sure you never do it again. Okay? Because the dust is over there laughing, talking about, these women in here, they'll sleep with a dusty, and you one of them. You one of them women, them dusties come in these comments to talk about, I could sleep with you if I want to, and they could, because you acting like a pick me show over there. You better level up. It was one night stand on vacation. I was drunk. Okay, but everything you're saying is true. Okay, one night stand on a vacation. Girl, that don't count. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, what happened on vacation, stay on vacation. As long as you don't bring nothing back. Okay, no 90-day fiance. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't come back with nothing, and don't give him your number. He's gonna be trying to get on 90-day fiance with you. Get him a green card or whatnot. Girl, I thought you slept with a local Dusty. That would have been terrible. You slept with a vacation Dusty, girl. They don't really count unless you get pregnant or he try to get the green card out of you, okay? And sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't suggest y'all do that, but I don't hold it against you. Don't try to take them seriously. You had some vacation dust, okay? All right. Now dust yourself off and get back into the real world. Okay. Y'all, I gotta go in 2 minutes. If y'all gotta ask something, y'all better ask right now. I can read them comments, but I'm finna go in 2 minutes. Do men value virgins more? Yeah, if you lie to them and tell them you're a virgin, tell them, lie. A woman who's not a virgin can lie too, just like a virgin can lie and say that they're not. That don't mean you got to sleep with them either way. They shouldn't even be rolling around on the mattress with you, and you can tell them whatever you want. All right. So let's say you're a virgin. You're standing next to a non-virgin. Y'all can both be virgins if you want to, because all you got to do is lie. Understand? Sprinkle, sprinkle. And I wouldn't tell nobody anything, because that's just going to make them want to roll around on the mattress with you or dismiss you because you ain't going to roll around on the mattress. I'm just trying to get money. I'm trying to get false hope and real money. Okay. Well, anyway, I got to go. I will see y'all later. Sorry, the screen is frozen. Maybe YouTube will get their stuff together soon. But until then, stay dust free, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.